You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's another one. It's a fucking another one.
It's another one.
450
Here's another
something
hit.
of these.
Barry Bonds.
These motherfuckers just coming out.
Hey, if you're like listening, like if your first episode ever was last episode, The Legend of Zelda, just go ahead and re-listen to that because we are not going to be able to top that. Unless you want to lead with ass-eating stories.
You're out of Kraken, so I don't know.
I'm out of Kraken, but I do have
I'm out of
Crown
Kraken
Royal.
and Lich is out of patience, so. Yeah, we are done with the games in the NES Classic. So I guess now this would be Zelda 2. So technically, we're done. We did all the games.
Yeah, we're
but
done.
There was one more NES game.
We're just doing whatever we
on the
want.
list. So
When we already did Zelda 2.
yeah,
We're just doing whatever the fuck we want.
So a game that I requested or I mentioned a long time ago, we're gonna be covering this week. Did I mention it a long time ago?
I don't know. Probably. I don't listen to everything you say.
That's wrong. I don't listen to everything I say. But we're going to be talking about, for the NES, I'm sure this came out on multiple platforms.
Oh, yeah,
but
it
it's
did.
The NES version
Yes.
of Solomon's Key.
Yeah, and we're actually doing this one because not only did you allegedly mention it a long time ago, but it's
I might
also,
have mentioned just playing the game a long time ago. Maybe not recording it.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was also on the Famicom Mini, the Japanese version of the NES Classic.
Gotcha.
So it's on the list of the games they got in Japan, along with the sumo wrestling game that I want to play.
Yeah.
And I found a way to play it. So if we want to do that, I'm just saying, if we want to
that
do
next
an
week?
episode, I mean, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down. It's
Done.
It's another Tecmo game, and it looks fucking awesome. I don't know
right.
anything about sumo wrestling other than it's one giant dude trying to push another giant dude out
Just
of
E-Honda.
a circle.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I know about sumo. E-Honda, and then like just the little bits and pieces I've picked up from anime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I'm going to do that next week.
All right,
Set it in stone.
All right, it shall be done. I believe it is called
That's a sumo wrestling game.
close Tsupari Ozumo.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think that's just super sumo wrestling, right?
All right,
or
sure.
what does Ozumo mean? We'll get into it next
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, there you go. We'll save it for the actual
You're right.
episode.
Let's do this episode actually on that game, but just
Guess.
supposing what it's about and why. Yeah. There is no Dave reads some Wikipedia segment for that game. There is just Dave and Tyler make shit
Just-
up on the spot.
That works.
I did see some gameplay for it. It looks like a game we are going to struggle to talk about.
Okay,
but it does
perfect.
It does look fun to play. Like the sumo rest. Yeah, we'll get it next episode. I'm just joking about doing that episode now. I tricked myself.
But before all the Solomon's Key goodness, I'm your bearded host, Tyler.
What's up, man?
Not
it going?
a lot.
Yeah?
There's over Zelda and our Roseanne Patreon episode, I sort of sprinkled through it. I'm not sure how much of the story I've told because I was trying to hold back on it for an episode with me and you to tell it as my intro.
Oh, just a you and me?
Yeah, or
This
not,
is
not so just you and me,
This
but
is an intimate story.
it's so intimate.
You didn't feel comfortable telling it in front of Brandon or Josh?
No, in front of people. No,
I get it.
No.
I get it. Yeah, this is just a story for me and our internet friends.
Yes. Us and hopefully around 5,000 people maximum. Probably not for this. Probably not for this one.
Down.
But because like at the last of April, Ava had her slumber party, and I talked it in the Roseanne episode.
Yeah,
I talked at length about Circus Skate.
Circus Skate.
About
Yeah.
the fucked up institution
With the
that
guy
is
there.
the Murray Circus Skate. The
Hey,
guy who runs Circus Skate.
Hey, you want to rent some skates?
They're broken and they cost a lot of money, Dad. Come on.
Hey, if you like those impressions, you should check us out on Patreon. Our Roseanne episode.
What are you, 8-year-old Tyler? No, I got some kids playing hockey over here in the skating rink, so no, your ass is not going to skate. Did you bring your own skates? Oh, no, you have to rent your skates, and you're very small, so you can only see that little circle over there? You can skate inside that circle.
Is this a real story?
That is a real circle.
Oh, my God.
And he was such an asshole to me when I was a kid. Like, it pissed my parents off. Like, dude was just a fucking asshole.
You had to skate in a small circle?
Yeah.
Did you do it?
No, my parents were like, no, we're not paying $10 a kid and to have to rent your skates so they can skate in a circle. Like this tiny ass little circle.
We rented skates from you and you literally strapped herds onto our son's feet. There's skates in some country.
In some country. Do you have a birthday party? I have a birthday room. You can only go in there for 20 minutes. You go in there, you eat your cake, you talk about your presents. You can no gum chewing or drinks, but you can have your cake in 20 minutes and come back out.
You got a friend, you pay money, you can go in the party room for 20 minutes.
Yeah, there is a 20-minute birthday limit room in the birthday room.
Do you need some rubbers? Do you need some rubbers for the party room?
I mean, if you don't like being confined, I do have the dirty mattresses out here that the kids all get finger blasted on. You can fuck on one of those, I guess.
Hey, don't smell it, though.
Please don't. Please don't smell it.
Are you a health inspector? If you're a health inspector, you have to tell me. It's the law.
I'm selling no food here. Or alcohol. Because like I said, Melissa has done, birthdays are a big holiday she does for all the girls. Like, she goes all out on birthdays.
Okay.
So she's had like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 kid sleepovers for their birthdays. Like, it's always a big event.
Okay, right, sure.
So Avo...
That's a lot of fucking kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking kids.
So Ava had a 10-girl sleepover.
That's a lot of girls.
And Ava turned 9,
That's
so
too many.
it was 10 9-year-old girls.
Wait, including her?
Including her.
So she got to invite 9 because she was 9?
9, that makes sense.
999. And then they played 9.
I locked him inside a ship, and with various weapons, they had to kill themselves to get out.
All right, don't worry. The guy from Circus Skate, he taught me how to talk. Don't worry, I talked to all your parents. They're fine with only one of you surviving the sleepover.
You know that giant garage back there behind the house? I have turned it into a murder hotel.
Full of dead kids. Full of it.
I studied H.H. Holmes very intricately. I have recreated his murder home in Chicago, and all you kids are having a fun slumber party in it.
I didn't mean for it to turn into a museum full of dead children, but I just couldn't bear getting rid of the corpses.
They're so sad to look at.
But it nourishes my soul somehow. I just can't part with them.
The years that they lost, I then gain and will now live for 200 to 300 years.
I've been doing this since the Great Depression.
Because I recognize, like, either she's talked about most of the kids or they've come over from the night before. Because already it got off to a weird start because she invited a pair of twins. And there are too many kids for both cars.
Rookie move.
Melissa,
never invite twins.
Yeah. They don't look like they're twins at all, though, which is all strange to me. But
you should give them shit
twins.
about it.
Allegedly, they're twins.
I thought you were supposed to be twins.
You guys don't look anything alike.
What's this? And then start like picking them apart
the fuck is
physically.
This? You know, your parents are probably lying to you. Like one of you's adopted.
Clearly adopted.
They don't want you to know.
Probably the fat one. Just go and get that complex. Just go and get that started.
Which one of you? You're not as pretty as your sister, so it's probably you.
Probably you. No, it makes more sense they'd adopt a pretty kid.
You're right.
Unless they're getting checks, unless the government's cutting them checks.
Yeah, I think you get like an ugly bonus. Take an ugly kid, it's a little bit more.
You get a better tax break. You get an ugly kid.
So I had to go. Melissa fit 6 in her car, and I was going to get 4 in mine. So I had to go get the twins because they live close, and Melissa had already gone.
All right.
So I've been in their house before. So I get to their house, go up and knock on the door. Their mom answers.
You're the guy with the child corpse museum in the back.
Yes, ma'am.
You're wearing like a serviceman outfit.
I'm here collecting donations.
Got any adopted kids you want to get rid of?
Or pretty ones. They're not worth as much, actually. Because I knock on the door. She answers it, looks kind of confused. I'm like, hi, I'm Ava's stepdad. She's like, oh, okay. Hi. was like, I'm here to get the twins. She looks at me even more strangely. They're having a slumber party tonight? What are you talking about?
Good Lord, tell me you're at the wrong house. Please tell me you're at the wrong house.
I was at the right house. I was at the completely right house. But the girl, the twins who have been talking to Ava and Melissa on the phone,
They never told their parents
did not tell. No, they're like, oh yeah, we're good. We'll be home. You can pick us up. We can go. Did not tell their mother at all.
Don't worry, Mr. Holland. We are very independent 9-year-olds. We like to take our own destiny into our own hands. It's fine. It's no big deal.
So I left. She was like, oh, I mean, I'm sure they'll want to go. What are you guys doing tonight? Skating and the slumber party. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds fine. I don't know. They're in Mayfield right now, which is 45 minutes away.
The kids are in Mayfield?
Yeah. They were like, no, we'll be home. Well, you can come get us, blah, blah. No, they're in Mayfield. Like, parents don't know.
Like, okay.
So I was like, okay, this is off to a wonderful start. Well,
They are very independent.
thank you.
They're working their taxi driver job in Mayfield. One works the steering wheel, the other the pedals. They're Uber. They're together collectively an Uber driver. They are Uber, yeah.
You add us together, we're 18. We can drive. It's
That's
fine.
right. We were built in the lab by Uber to drive cars.
So then we go to Murray because we're gonna take them to Mr. Gaddy's there, and then we're gonna go to Circus Skate.
But wait, they're in Mayfield.
They're in Mayfield.
So you go to Murray?
So
you're like,
we're
fuck
just
those kids.
Yeah, basically they're like, oh
yeah.
okay, well,
Cool.
that's where we are.
Man,
Bye.
that's fucking baller. I love it, dude. You're like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, like
Never
I'm not
mind.
waiting around. Like,
Nah.
So, but their dad does go from Mayfield to Murray and brings
Oh,
them,
that was nice of him.
drops them off.
I would not have done that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that dad. I'd be
Yeah.
like, well, Henry made his decision. Have fun in Mayfield, Henry. Tell your kids sorry. My son is not going to be
Nope.
at your kid's birthday.
And so Melissa's already kind of on edge because of that. And then,
Oh yeah, that would do it.
then you've got 10 kids just going fucking nuts.
Too many kids.
In Mr. Gaddy's.
Too many kids.
Like running all across the parking lot, which makes Melissa go like,
Yeah, because they're gonna get hit by a car and die.
yeah. Just a gaggle of
Yeah,
9-year-olds.
sure, yeah.
We get them in there, get them pizza, which is fairly expensive for that many kids. And of course, they just like all get a bunch of pizza and then just look at it and then go play games. And
Is Gaddy's a buffet pizza joint?
Yep.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah.
You did that smart
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, like, you got to go to a buffet with 9, 10
Yeah.
fucking kids.
Yeah. We all went. They had a prefix menu, 5 courses.
Right? Yes. And then we got symphony tickets. This would be me at Gaddy's. She's 5. She's 4. She's 3.
Oh, we were like, because it was cheaper if they're 8 or under. So we're like, yeah, they're 8.
8.
Several of them immediately walk over. No, I'm 9. No, I'm 10. No, I'm 9. Like,
Fucking kids.
fucking
Kids, man.
I think the guy let us slide on most of them, though. The ticket
that
taker.
is nice.
So that was
is
nice. So as we're leaving, we have them all lined up against the wall. Like, make sure we have all of them. They have all their shoes because
You take their photographs in case they get murdered.
Because for some reason, while they're all there, they just take off their shoes and have them at various places throughout Mr. Gaddy's.
Wait, what?
So I
The
have to
restaurant has them remove their shoes? Or
No,
they just remove them?
just remove their shoes. They don't have to.
Man, fuck these shoes.
So yeah, they're just like, get a bunch of pizza, take off their shoes, run to the game room. That's it.
I'm going to take my shoes off and I'm 10. Fuck you.
But I did take Ava. I picked up because I took 4 of them. Once I met Melissa and I drove 4 of them to Murray. Forgot this part. The one girl I've never heard Ava mention her name. I've never heard or Choco Chica. Whoops. Oh well.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I've already had too much drink. I am not editing this episode. You're welcome to add a
Choco
quote.
Chica. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Anybody who actually messaged me anyway, I always use their names. I don't use their code names.
Excellent.
So-
Excellent.
But on the way there, there's one girl, never mentioned her, never seen her, which I find out later the girl stole an invitation out of Ava's backpack, and Ava didn't know what to do, so she's like, all right, you can come to my slumber party.
So wait, when did you find out that information? Like you're going to pick her up kind of deal?
No,
Or-
after we were here,
Oh, so
after we'd done
way after
everything
that.
and we were back here, then I found
Yeah.
that out. because I find out one.
You should have bounced her.
She stole it out of my bag. I didn't know what to say.
You should have bounced her. You should have just fucking thrown her out of the house.
Kid.
Uncle Phil style.
Oh, she's straight up banned for the shit that this weird kid pulled.
She's banned?
She's banned. I told Choco Chica, I said,
Yeah.
She's never allowed in this house again. that girl, ban list. Hard.
I banned thee.
Because, of course, like, when we get here, well, I'm going to talk about this shitty little girl first.
Yeah, no, please. Let's talk about this shitty little girl. Look, man, you let me talk about a homeless guy who harassed me for like 3 weeks. Please, tell me about this terror, this 9-year-old terror.
Because I think she's kind of weird anyway, because the whole time we're there, she's in the back seat with Choco Chica, and she's like, I'm your best friend, aren't I? Right? I'm your best friend? I'm your best friend? Me? Because it's me, because I have to be. I have to be your best friend. And
are you witnessing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm driving, just like looking at the rearview mirror, like, what's going on? Because Choco Chica's in the back, just like, yeah, okay. And the kid,
please don't steal from me again.
The kid in the front seat with me, who has been over sitting up before, she's generally fine.
Yeah,
but which Melissa has noticed. She's like, it wasn't this. I don't think this was a thing with our generation, but apparently with all generations of her kids, there's always
of whose kids?
Of Melissa's, all the girls.
Oh, okay.
All of Melissa's girls.
All right, that generation.
That generation.
The
Those
Linksters.
generations. Yes.
The Linksters.
There's always at least one kid at the sleepover who does not give a fuck about the other kids and only wants to hang out with the parents.
Oh yeah, that's bizarre. I don't remember that.
There's one that like Melissa would have a room where she would watch TV and stuff while this girl would come and lay in bed with her and watch TV. Like there's always one.
Okay. I was like kind of like that. I didn't want to like hang out with the other kids, but I did want to hang out with their Game Boy or their Nintendo. Which is kind of like a parent.
Sort of similar.
It's kind of like a parent.
It is now.
You know, you leave that NES on for a long time. It gets warm. You can rest your head on it.
Oh, mommy. It's like being in the womb.
Yeah, the warm bosom of the NES.
But apparently that was this kid in the front seat because, like, as opposed to talking to the girls in the back, she just fucking stared at me.
Stared at you?
She just, like, every time I would look over, she was just up there just looking up at me.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm trying, like, why do you listen to the radio? I don't know. She just fucking stared at me the whole, like, 30, 40 minutes to Murray, this kid.
Should have tried to make her uncomfortable.
Just to stare back. Shouldn't you watch the road? No.
You know, I'm not a very good driver.
I've only killed all of her other friends.
Right? We've lost 2 kids.
This was a 20-kid slumber party. But back to the shitty little kid.
Please, back
after
to
all
the shitty kid.
After all the activities, I'll go back throughout the night, throughout the activities. If the girls would do
Did
something,
you call
the
them
girl
tivities.
Tivities.
I like that.
Them tivities.
I like it.
It's
casual. Yo, dog, you want to come over to my place?
Do some
We're gonna
tivities.
do some tivities. I got all kinds of tivities lined out for us. First, we're gonna play Smash Brothers. Then we're gonna drink. Then we're gonna eat some
Smash
pizza.
Bros. Play
Smash
some T-Winks. That's Tiddlywinks, but I say short.
Yeah.
It's my Tivity.
Dave style.
T-Winks.
We'll do some Dave style activities.
Anytime the girls would do something that shitty girl didn't want to do, she would find a reason to cry. Like no one liked her, no one did this, someone said this, and she would, until people would walk back over and pet her. Oh, no, it's okay. It's sorry. It's like, oh, I know the kind of girl you're going to grow up into be. Exactly.
What kind of girl?
I've known a lot of like at parties. There's always the girl who cries, the pity factor, or the attention seeker. Like it's not a good archetype.
I got you. I'm not gonna do well in these situations. I'm not gonna do well.
Even at like at the pizza party, the one kid who wants to be with the adults always kept coming back over to the table, and was like, go play with your friend, go play there. Don't sit here with us and eat pizza. Go. Which like she comes from like a good family, like she has parents. Like I can think, oh maybe that she doesn't have a mom or doesn't have a dad,
right?
And
she only has an NES.
But no, she does. She's fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's coming from.
Is she? Weird question. Do you know if she's an only child?
I don't.
She might be.
She might be.
And I just say that because, like,
then she's comfortable with
adults. Maybe more comfortable with adults than she is with children.
Yeah,
possibly. I was in those shoes for 13 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't know. That might be why I preferred electronics over the company of other children.
I get it. You and Ian and John Turley. I think all. Yeah.
You guys are all these other kids are gross. These electronics are nice and clean and fun.
Fun. So and then we do the rest. I'll go back to them. But when we get back to the house, then Choco Chica is like, yeah, she didn't come to school on Wednesday, which was like the day. She did Thursday, but she didn't on Wednesday, and the party was on Friday.
Okay.
Well, why didn't she come to school on Wednesday? Oh, she had lice.
Killed a guy. Oh, she had lice.
It was like,
that's worse than killing a guy.
Fuck.
She had lice, and now she's at a sleepover.
She's in Brandy Jr.'s bed, just rolling her head around on everything. You're just like,
oh, God.
Shit.
Does anybody have a spatula? My head is itchy,
It's like, how
y'all.
do we? I don't know. She got to come back to school. That doesn't mean shit.
No, that doesn't
Not
mean
only this
anything.
girl steal an invitation, act shitty. Now she's got lice everywhere.
From henceforth, she will be referred to as Lice Girl.
Lice girl. And then what really tips it off is, I guess eventually the other, because there were some kids who had like soccer games and stuff in the morning, so they needed to go to bed a little earlier, so they stayed in Brady Jr.'s room, and the others, I set up mattresses and everything in the living room. They all slept together and watched movies.
Yeah.
I guess the majority of the girls like eventually caught on to this girl's shit and didn't want her in there, so she went and got in the room where the kids were going to bed.
Okay.
Which they were all in
Soccer
there, like
room.
watching, soccer room, watching YouTube and stuff, and going to bed. It's like, okay,
She's
well,
going to go hang out with the sporty
fine.
kids.
I guess that's a smaller area for us to have to de-lice later. So okay, fine.
It's spreading.
But what really the biggest shittiest thing that ruined the slumber party was while all the girls are in there watching a movie, everything's fine.
In the soccer room, they're watching a movie. No, the soccer room, they're sleeping.
Soccer room, they're going to bed. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Other
everyone else
room.
is in the living
Movie
room.
room.
Movie
They're-
room.
all right. So we
hanging
got a
out,
soccer room,
watching.
we got a sleepy room, we got a movie room.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And Lice Girl is in sleepy room.
Sleepy room.
All right.
So what she does is she starts slowly on the wall.
Pounding.
So, of course, in the mind of all the sleepy, caffeine-addled 9-year-olds in the living room,
Murderer.
yes,
Right, of
it's somebody
course it is.
knocking on
It's
the
a
front
murderer.
door.
Yeah.
They all swear they saw an old man knocking on the door, trying to get in and get them.
Wait, what? They saw that?
What the one closest to the door, who is like Choco Chica's best friend, this is like, no, there's no one there.
Dude.
She was the saving grace, but all the others.
I'm back in, man. I'm back in. At first, like the beginning of the story, I'm like, man, this is gonna suck when Henry gets older. But now I'm like, well, there was an old man who lived here before we moved in. What did you say that old man looked like? That matches that description, but that can't be possible. Because he got his head stuck in the garbage disposal and lost it and died.
He just needs 10 iPhones to reassemble his head.
Give me your iPhones quick. I have to scatter them.
Because they all do. They all have smartphones.
That kind of blows my mind.
So,
yeah.
except Choco Chica. She does not.
No, you refuse? Or Melissa refuses?
I mean, she has a tablet that she can do stuff on. She doesn't have a cell phone.
Henry's got a tablet too. Cell phone, I don't know, man.
She can use most of the functions on. I mean, she can make Wi-Fi calls and stuff like that on her tablet. So I don't feel like
On her
she
Leapfrog.
really needs one. Yeah. She has an Amazon. It's Amazon Fire.
I gotta call my parents. Give me that speak and spell.
But this makes the room full of girls have a full tilt fucking meltdown.
Excellent. I mean, for me, but not for you. I would revel in it.
One girl starts I'm not aware of this, but apparently she just started hysterically crying. Yeah. It's the first time she's ever had a slumber party, slept away from home. She hears this, everyone else is melting down.
And you just pointed at her and you're like, you're going to die first. You got to buck up, girl. You got to get strong.
She likes little blonde he likes little blonde gymnasts. Who here could do that?
Thank God no one here is a little blonde Jim. Oh, no. It's you.
Do you know what he mostly subsists on? Freckles.
Pommel horses and freckles.
But before coming to get Melissa and I, no. She freaks out. She calls her dad immediately.
Little gymnast.
Little gymnast calls her dad, hysterically crying. So then he calls us, just fucking flipped out angry.
Oh.
And it's just like, where it's like, no one came to get us. We haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Well, you should have been like, wait, what? There's a murderer? Hold on. And they just hung up.
What?
Melissa screaming in the background.
That would have been pretty good.
That would have been great. But, come on, man.
But I go in there like,
why are you going to call all angry? I mean...
yeah, like, could have called us, asked, hey,
and been like,
I got a
hey,
call.
casually, informally, is there a murderer at your house?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'll shoo him away. Sorry, we get a lot of them around here.
Yeah, let me get my broom. Get out of here.
We had that secret tunnel installed into the Hopkinsville prison. You know, sure, I should have done that.
Yeah.
We get them all the time.
The corpse.
I've got traps set, but they're smart.
The Child Corpse Museum does attract them, but I refuse to get rid of it.
I mean, I thought it was cheaper to fill it with labor to have it dug all the way to the prison to where they could just get out and they just come right into the murder hole with the kids.
It makes sense. Then you're not killing the kids. You're just picking them up. You're just transporting the corpses to your museum.
But like half of them are just inconsolable. There is no talk, including Choco Chica. There is no talking to her. There was a man outside. He is trying to get in.
Yeah.
We're stupid because there is a man out there.
Yeah.
There is no like. No.
Okay. Do you have a gun? Do you have a gun?
Nope.
Damn, I was gonna say because like you could have just solved
give
all
it
this.
to her.
Like, yeah, here.
if he
you
comes
see him,
back.
look, I loaded this up. The safety's off. Here, just if he comes back, just shoot him.
Just point it. All girls, get the other side of the room so you can point to the murderer and she can shoot him.
I was gonna say you could just get the gun, go outside, fire off a few rounds, come back in, and be like, "Hey, he's dead." Everyone go to sleep.
Put Melissa in a hood and act like she's dead, and I'll drag her through the house. Oh, I got him. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. Oh wait, this isn't the guy you saw.
Oh man, it's a different one.
Shit. You mean to tell me I gotta go out and kill another guy? Worst slumber party ever.
So the two of them end up going home over the incident.
Really? They
two
leave.
just like can't handle it anymore.
That sucks.
Go home. Because once we've like trying to figure out like what could have been the wind, could have been no. Like we figured out no, it was the shitty little girl. Like
No, it
she
was a
mad.
murderer.
No, we figured out it was. It takes a long time.
Took two kids home.
And of course, like one of like two of them have like they have to leave at like 7:30 in the morning to go to their games.
Soccer game.
So if I were
Football.
the parent and my kid had to leave at like 7:30, I'd probably be like, "We'll catch you the next slumber party."
Or yeah, like hey,
or go skating, go to eat, and then we'll come and get them.
Yeah, right.
But of course, they say like we'll be there at 7:30. She has to be at this game. So Melissa and I go to bed like after all this. It's like 3 a.m.
Good God.
She gets up at like 7:30, gets the girls ready, gets their stuff ready.
Parents don't show up.
Not
they?
till like 8:45.
Oh my God. So they didn't make it to the game.
No, she's like, oh, I had something else to do. Went to the dollar store. Like,
I had something else to do, like go
What the
to
fuck
the
are you-
dollar store.
did she say like I don't? It was
I mean, I get it. I would also be like, oh, my kid is somewhere and I don't have to worry about that
Yeah.
kid. So I'm just going to do all the stuff that I want to do.
yeah. But if you tell a parent a time,
Right.
Be
Or
there
if
at
they
the
tell
time.
you that time.
yeah. And
that's
Melissa forgot
even
to put a
worse.
time on the invitations. Which as soon as they were sent out, she's like, shit, I didn't put a time. So that means like
A
all
pickup
throughout
time.
the day.
Oh,
yeah.
I got you. People are calling. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Although the last like 2 slumber parties that Choco Chicas went to, that's what we thought about getting her a cell phone because like we needed to come get her or we needed to know where like
Yeah,
where
sure.
the house was or something like
Or if
that.
there's a murderer outside.
Parents just wouldn't answer their phone. There was one we got her like she had to go to a soccer game in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure where she rode the bus home with them. We weren't sure where their house was, so we kept calling.
Jesus Christ.
Parents wouldn't answer the phone. Like this happened twice. It's like maybe we just need to get her a phone if parents won't turn on their fucking cell phones. So, but eventually the next morning, throughout the day, they eventually all, for the most part, get picked up, except for like the last, there's two remaining, which is her best friend, 2 of her best friends, and they were the best behaved, so they got to stay again Saturday night. Everything was fine at that point.
I saw them.
But yeah.
Because they were over when we recorded Roseanne.
Yeah.
And Henry wanted to be in that room with those girls. And I couldn't tell if they didn't want him in there or me in there. Or both. It is possible that's both. Because every time he would wander in, like, what's going on in here? And I'd be like, come on. They don't want us here, I promise. I promise you they don't want a 3-year-old boy and a 36-year-old man in this room with them.
We'll split it in the middle. Come on. All right. But the rest of the story is, the mess that was getting pizza, and then of course, if you want the entirety of the Circus Skate story, that's in the Roseanne episode.
That's in the Roseanne episode.
I won't retell that. But
on
that
patreon.com/TADPOG.
It is an incredibly fucked up place.
It is. And there's a guy there.
Yeah.
So whatever happened to Lice Girl?
Her parents came to get her, which I wasn't there when her mom got her, because Melissa got up and let me sleep, and she got all the kids out. But she said that the mother who came to got her was, quote unquote, a real piece of work. Like just one of the weirdest, strangest people she's ever met.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, it makes a little more sense.
When she picked her kid up, she was like, "Did you see that murderer again I told you about?"
I said a gag murder over here for you. Do you know my uncle? He owns Circus Skate.
Well, I'm sorry that you had to throw a slumber party. That sounds awful.
So, I mean, Choco Chica had a good time.
That's
She had a
good.
good birthday.
That is excellent.
But Melissa said it was by far the worst one she's ever hosted. So,
it sounds pretty bad.
Yep.
So the good news is you'll never do a slumber party again.
we'll just be a lot more selective about who she gets to bring.
You'll be more selective on who steals invitations.
Yeah, or if they steal an invitation, just tell them no.
Auto ban.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah,
We'll
so
drop
it's
you off
just
at the
like,
fire station.
Send us a list of the girls you want to invite, and we have veto power over 80%.
There we go.
So-
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Which Ava knows outright, shitty girl, lice girl, no way, banned.
No,
Nope.
that's no good.
So
What's up, Internet? I'm Dave. I'm your bespectacled host.
I just want to clarify, there's
Yes.
lice happens. I know it happens.
Lice, baby.
Again, if I was a parent and my daughter questionably had lice, I would also not let her go to a slumber party.
Yeah, lice happens. It happened at my school. Okay, so let's get real. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had lice?
I have not.
Me neither. So I feel like we can be judgmental.
Yeah.
We avoided.
Because clearly we're better.
We avoided the
yeah,
lice.
Yeah.
I mean, look, until Henry inevitably gets lice because he has beautiful fucking hair, it's gonna
Henry
happen.
has hair like that sketch, Kids in the Hall, where the mechanic.
Oh man, I'm not familiar. Which sketch is that?
I think it's
Cabbage Head.
well, it's a mechanic who's like, yeah, I spend all day working on cars with my boys, but the real pride joy of this garage. And he takes his hat off, and he's got just like a Rapunzel lock of curly blonde hair.
Yeah.
They love it. All the other like burly
Right.
mechanics start combing his
Swooning,
hair.
yeah.
And yeah.
Kid's got good hair. I wish I had his hair. Like that is like key feature. Key feature. I keep telling him, I'm like, look, man, you keep that hair, and whether you're into girls or boys, it's not gonna matter. They're gonna fucking love you because you got great hair. So when we were done recording the Roseanne Patreon episode, and Nikki, Henry, and I were going to get in our car, we had an encounter with
that damn murderer.
that murderer, aka the child that. Okay, since we're dishing on children right now, since we're just like getting real and honest about how we feel about the scourge of America, which is the Linkster generation.
Just lazy, entitled, filled with lice.
Just lousy. You have a child that lives next door. No, it's not your child. There is a child who lives next door. Have we talked about this?
Nikki, when I went to the bank.
No,
Nikki,
she told you. She spoiled
didn't.
it. Oh,
no,
good.
she didn't. She's like, Dave has a real good story about that kid next door. That fucking kid next door.
We are not going to use his real name, of course. We'll just call him.
Fucked up kid next door.
Fucked up kid next door.
That kid is bar none the most annoying kid I've ever encountered. Like,
His sister told you that his mom drank when she was pregnant with him. That
which I don't know if that's true or he's just annoying.
Makes sense though.
It makes sense though.
It might not be true.
And who has less patience than anyone else for him? My dad, who he always goes up and talks to and asks
What,
like
Randy? No way.
The dumbest fucking question is like, "Hey Randy, can I fire that gun?" Let me see my dad just make fists and look down. I'll shoot all sorts of guns, But what was your encounter?
So the fucked up kid next door, Nikki, Henry, and I are going to our car. He meets us, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, he was really cool with Henry. Like, I could tell he really liked him. And it's like this is kind of a roller coaster of a journey because, like, I've heard about this kid before, And from you talking bad about this kid.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Of course, like I think, because whether or not, I mean, if that story that his sister said is true, then like, okay,
It's not the kid's fault.
it's not the kid's fault. I
Sure.
don't want shit on the kid for that.
Right.
Or the kid could just be weird. I don't know. But like, his parents, their parents split up. He gets the kids, and as soon as he gets them, he's just like, I don't give a shit. And they just come over to our house, and they're just here like all weekend, just walking around outside. Like,
he's your Kimmy Gibbler.
I have to keep an eye, because if we all leave the property, they could get on our trampoline and shit.
Oh, yeah, and
hurt
die.
themselves,
And then you're fucked.
And we're
you're
so
fucked.
I always have
Trust
to watch,
me.
and it's frustrating.
Trust me.
Their dad doesn't give a shit, doesn't stop them, doesn't want them in the house.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to fuck with them. So
Did I tell you the story about how I looked in my backyard one morning and I saw 2 children trying to climb into my pool?
oh god,
Which is, I don't know. Okay, before you get all like, Dave's got a pool, I want to tell you that I haven't cleaned this pool out in 4 years. And it's an above ground
You've
pool.
got a science experiment.
So, yeah, it is a science experiment. I've been wanting to get rid of this pool forever. Does anybody want a free above ground pool? You're welcome to it, but you got to come pick it up. Because I do not fucking want it, especially after I looked out the window and there are literally 2 children trying to climb over the side of it in there. And
or were they crawling out? Had it produced life, and the kids were crawling out of it.
Yes, out of the out of the primordial soup that is my swimming pool. Let me go ahead and bitch about that pool for a little bit. When we were buying that house, I told the realtor and I told Nikki, I do not want that pool. Mm-hmm. I do not want that pool. Mm-hmm. And Nikki was like, I think it'd be nice to have a pool. And I was like, all right, this pool is going to be your responsibility. And just like someone who wants a puppy, yeah, it's fine. It's no big deal. Kept up with it for literally 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And then like, she didn't want to get in the pool. I didn't want to get in the pool. It's like, why do we have this?
It's a ton of fucking maintenance and work.
And money. It's like, why do we have this thing that neither of us are ever going to use? And she's like, well, maybe we'll have a kid one day who wants to use it. And then I was like, well, then we can take them to the pool.
Maybe we'll have a kid one day, and like every time they go outside, we'll want to worry about them.
Right, yeah, exactly. Right. Stay in the shallow at never mind. It's all the same fucking 6 feet deep.
It's all the same drowning pit.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah. It's deep enough that you can drown in it, but not deep enough for you to have fun in it. So Nikki, Henry, and I are walking to our car. We're leaving from our recording of the Roseanne Patreon episode. And welcome to our Solomon's Key episode, the episode that is it's a 2-hour long advertisement for the Roseanne Patreon episode.
That grumpy old man complain about kids and talk about the Roseanne episodes.
Yes, exactly. We're walking as a family to the car, and like I said, this kid, he's been really good with Henry. Like while we were recording, and like he's helping him down the stairs and everything, which is really cool. I was like, all right. I was like, for a moment, I'm like, you know what? Maybe Tyler's misjudged this child because he seems to be really nice and helpful. He gave Henry like a toy earlier, and it's like, that's really nice, and he like wants to be around him, and like that's really cool. I was like, maybe Tyler's misjudged this kid, maybe a little bit. So we're walking to the car, and the kid's like, hey, can I look in the car? And I kind of look at Nikki, and like she's looking at me like, what? And I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead, look at the car. And then he's like, is it locked? It's like, I don't know. What does it look like? I know if my car's locked or not. Just check it. So he checks it. It's not. It's unlocked, and he's like rooting around in the car, and I'm like, whatever. There's nothing. There's fucking nothing in there. Like, if he wants Nikki's like shitty like fucking like foil thing you put in the windshield that doesn't work, he can have it. I don't give a shit. Finally, someone will take this off our hands. So he's rooting around, and like I guess he gets bored of that. And by then we got Henry to the car, and we're trying to get him in the seat. And he's like, "Can I put Henry in the seat?" And I'm like, "Nah, he's got it. Henry knows how to do this." So Henry's crawling around, and the kid's like, "What's in your trunk?" And I'm like, and like instead of lying like a logical adult, I'm trying to like actually think about what's in the trunk. And I'm like, well, I think there's a case of Coke Zero in there. Can I have one? It's really hot. It's really hot outside, and it's hotter in the oven. In the oven. It's hotter in the trunk. I don't care. It's going to be really gross. I promise you don't want one. No, I do. I do want one. And then at this point, I kind of look at Nikki like, what? Now what? What have I done? Like, I'm in a situation now where it's like, well, I mean, I got to give him one, right? And so I was like, nah. I look at the kid. I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I can have them. And I'm like,
now I don't think you
now
can.
I don't believe you. Yeah, exactly. It's like, nah, I'm sorry. I told him, I was like, I just don't feel comfortable.
I don't go insane with caffeine.
Right. There was a part of me that was like, I should give him like 8 of these.
Just give him the whole pack.
Here you go.
You gotta drink them
Drink
right
them
here.
now. if these aren't gone in the next 5 minutes, I'm taking them away.
I'm gonna punch you in the stomach.
So I'm like, no, kid, I'm sorry. I really don't. I don't feel comfortable because we don't let Henry have sodas and blah, 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 all that. So then he's like, oh, okay. Hey, does Henry wear diapers? Well, we're kind of potty training right now, so he's wearing pull-ups. Can I see him? And I look at this one. I turn. By the way, my lovely wife Nikki is just letting me handle all this. She's just letting me. I'm off the leash.
I'm gonna take care of the pool. You take care of this stuff.
Right? Yeah. Pool's my responsibility, hon. You take care of this kid. And I look at her and like she is looking at me like, let's get the fuck out of here. She's looking at me like, you remember the lawyer in Jurassic Park when the T-Rex shows up and he like runs out of the Explorer? That's like how she's looking at me right now. And I just look at the kid and I'm like, nah, sorry. You can't see his pull-ups. Bye. Have a nice day. When we get in the car and while I drive the fuck off.
He runs after you like the T2.
Right.
I want a Coke Zero and look at Henry's pull-ups.
It's not a big deal. So, and of course, on the way home, we're like talking about this kid. And I'm like, so was that like, I'm asking Nikki, I was like, was that weird or was that just like regular little kid weird? Because like, he's probably like, what, 7?
Yeah, 7, 8.
That's probably regular little kid weird. But as a father of one child who is 3, this is the first time someone's ever asked me if they could look at my son's underwear. Not even at the doctor they don't ask. They just fucking pull them fuckers down.
Can I see it?
They don't even ask. They're like, they're just going for it.
If I don't lock my doors,
Yeah.
he will straight up come in the house. Like I've had to like his sister will rein him in.
Yeah.
So if she's around, it's all right. But like, because she's totally fine. I like his sister.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
welcome to come in the house and everything like that. But not that I don't know what he will get into or find or hurt himself.
Oh, God,
like,
yeah.
He
No,
can't.
I don't
come in
blame
there.
you.
Like
No.
he's because in the past he's like walked in, looked around, seen the pantry, just starts grabbing food and just like, kid, get it out.
When I was about
He asked me, like, one of the first times I met him, he was like, hey, do you have any money? Why? I want you to go to the dollar store and buy me some trucks. Well, no, you have a dad. You can ask him. No, he won't do it. I want you to buy me some trucks. No. Buy us some guns. No.
Now, if he would have just been honest with you and been like, my dad doesn't love me. Will you please buy me a truck? At that point, I mean, inevitably that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Give him 2 years, and he's going to be like, "Look, man, my dad doesn't love me. Will you please buy me a truck?
I don't, man.
Will you please
I
give
hope
me your
I
liquor?"
have moved or he has moved by the time that kid hits puberty,
Ooh,
because
boy.
that's gonna be be bad.
If you think he's over a lot now, wait till he hits puberty. He's going to be over here every goddamn day,
Yeah.
sniffing around.
Well, can I see? Do your 4 daughters have pull-ups?
Right?
Do any of your $4 wear panties?
All right.
So Solomon's Key.
Solomon's Key. You want to talk about Solomon's Key?
Yeah.
Which I keep wanting to call Solomon's Quest for some reason.
That works.
It's not Fester's Quest. It is Solomon's Key.
Another one we should do.
Let's do it. I'm down. Let's do it. We're about 45 minutes into this
Yeah,
episode.
that makes sense.
So, which some people will criticize us for,
Yeah.
but the real fans,
Others will enjoy it.
the real listeners. I'm sorry, I don't like using the word fans. The real listeners, they've enjoyed.
They'll
that.
like it.
They've
And there'll
enjoyed
be some who won't like how we've shit all over little kids. So
You think so?
Oh yeah, we're
in our group.
Oh, we'll get messages.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, should we start over?
No,
All right.
no, that's who we are. So
I feel like you get messages from an entirely different group than I get messages from.
I feel like recently we've had enough growth of people that we're not super familiar with.
Yeah.
So I know people outside of the core nation.
Yeah.
Listen and starting to participate. So some of them, I'm sure we will get messages.
If we do, I mean, this is what we do here.
Yeah.
It's like when we started this podcast.
We're entitled, whatever the kid's situation, to be annoyed by kids. It's fine.
Totally. And we have kids.
I
That's the other thing.
understand and can sympathize,
Sure.
but I'm still annoyed.
Yeah, and it's fine. I think that's, Look, we don't really hate kids.
I do. I do. That's why I have 4. I hate them.
All right, you ready to get into Solomon's Key?
Solomon's Key.
Let's do it.
You hear that, Dave?
I do hear that.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a box car, just full of pull-ups.
Can I look in your NES hole?
In your NES hole?
Do you have any games in there? Can I see?
Of course I hear that. A small child asking if he can look into my NES hole, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Sorry, let me do that again with more energy. Okay, guys. Too much energy. Hold on, let me get in the middle. Okay, guys.
There you go.
Sweet spot.
Chills.
Shivers. Solomon's Key, or as it's known in Japan, Soromon no Kagi, is a puzzle game developed by Tecmo in 1986 for arcade release on custom hardware based on the Z80 chipset. One day we'll know what all that means, but right now we don't. That knowledge is lost to human history. It is better known as a 1987 port to the Commodore 64 and the Nintendo Entertainment System, although it also appeared on many other game systems of the time, like the Sega Master System and the Famicom Disk System. It was actually released on the Famicom Disk System pretty late, dude. It was like 1991. That's
okay. Yeah, that is late.
That's late. But yeah, so it started out as an arcade game, and then it wound up on the Amiga, the Amstrad CPC. I don't know if I'm saying that right, to be honest with you. Amtrak. I don't fucking know.
You can only play on Amtrak.
On Amtraks, right? They hand it to you when you get on. It came out on the Ataris, Commodore 64, MS-DOS, Famicom, Master System, the NES, and the ZX Spectrum. So a bunch. Came out on a bunch. You want me to get into gameplay, or do you think we can probably handle it?
We can probably talk about that.
Let's do that.
I'd never heard of this game, period. Haven't heard much people talk about it since I played it, but I got the Wii on launch the first day it came out.
I remember that, yeah.
I got the Wii. I was over at Josh's house. He had to go to work, so it was just me playing the Wii. I was very excited about it. Like,
yeah.
I heard a lot about the virtual console, all the games you could play, and I was like,
I made 20 Miis of myself. Now what?
It's like, I'm going to get in there and get the virtual console. I'll download Earthbound and Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI, like thinking that's the virtual console would be.
Yeah.
That's
not the case.
I don't know.
Yeah,
especially on launch day.
Yeah.
The virtual console was so fucking piss poor. Like,
do you remember what was on there?
Well, Solomon's Key. Which that's the high point. That is by far the high point. And then I think Bonk's Adventure.
Yes, I remember that because I bought Bonk's Adventure, which eventually we'll talk about on the show.
And I don't remember what the others were. Like nothing that I was familiar with or enjoyed or anything. So like I'd bought like $40 in Wii Point cards, like thinking I was gonna like get all the games I wanted and have a good night. So I bought like 4 of the 5 games or whatever that were available. Tried all of them, hated all of them except Solomon's Key. Solomon's Key is. I really, really enjoy this game. I think this is a great fucking game. So I was blown away. Like, I did not expect to like it. Whenever I sat down and played, I was like, what the fuck is this? Played through the first level, kept playing, got through some more. Like, this is pretty fucking good. This is a pretty fucking good game. Because you play a wizard who has a magic wand, and your primary ability is to create and destroy blocks. It's like you have the King of Samaria from Link to the Past.
I'm glad you brought that up because when I was streaming this on Twitch, Miles Jacob mentioned that. Mentioned that like Nintendo took inspiration from this game for Link to the Past. And I don't know if that was a joke or if that was truth or rumor or what, but I can totally see it.
Yep.
Because, I mean, that is what...
fairies and...
Yeah, well, I think there's a weird relationship because I do think there are some things that Solomon's Key, that Tecmo took from Nintendo, and then I think later on Nintendo took from Solomon's Key. Because, like, the fairies and stuff, that was all in, The Legend of Zelda, as we covered in last episode. But, like, the Cane of Samaria and, like, all that, like, that, I believe its first appearance was in Link to the Past, which came out after Solomon's Key.
Much after, yeah.
So it works essentially the same way. It is I guess in Solomon's Key, the main character, Dana, has a wand that makes wooden blocks appear. Blocks of
Wooden,
bread.
stone,
brown
something,
blocks.
yeah.
Just brown blocks. Make brown blocks appear. Very similar to, the Cane of Samaria. I'm really glad you brought that up.
He has 1 hit point, it's one room at a time puzzle platformer where you make the blocks that you can jump up onto and climb, destroy and fall. You can get ammunition to shoot fireballs. They're pretty rare, and they're like one-use items. Like you said, you have 1 hit point, you can hit once, you're dead. And the goal is to get a key to unlock the door and get into that door on every stage.
Yes. And collect treasure on the way.
Yep.
The treasure affects your score,
Yeah.
to say. Weird question. Have you ever read the manual for this game?
Nope.
It
Nope.
is bonkers. The manual is like, I don't know how it was printed. Well, I know how it was printed. It was printed on paper with ink, whatever. But like, I don't know how it was approved to print because it is like, so the game is a puzzle game, but the bigger puzzle is figuring out what the instruction manual is trying to tell you. Because it is not localized well at all.
Awesome.
And this game has like, I think it's because it was an arcade port. It has some weird systems in it. And it's like, so it's an arcade game. And like, I get that most arcade games were like, at the time, were score based as opposed to like progression based and that kind of stuff. So there are some like relics from that, which very much made its way into the home version. They have a thing in this game called GDV. When you die,
Goddamn video games.
When you die as Dana, when Dana dies, I'm sorry, you don't die. Well, I don't know. Maybe when we die, this happens as well. When Dana dies, when you use your last life, and at the game over screen, you get your GDV, which stands for Game Deviation Value. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Of course it doesn't. And they try to explain, Tecmo tries to explain to you in the instruction manual what it means. And it is it's absolute nonsense. It's like, I mean, it's like, here's what I was able to take from it. And I'm keeping in mind that like, this was written, I'm assuming with kids in mind, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe there were like, because I know that like adults gaming in Japan was a lot more culturally accepted than adults gaming here in North America.
Yeah.
So like
basically adults gaming here was just Bo Bridges playing turtles and
right
the
in the hotel room with the wizard. Yeah, totally. I love that scene, by the way, of the wizard, because like I remember watching it and being like, oh, I wish my dad would play turtles. But he never will. Paperboy, he's all about Paperboy. But yeah, it makes no sense. The instruction manual, like I can tell, was like written very seriously for an adult in Japan, and then they tried to localize it here, and it just becomes like dude, I understood more of the stuff on like a contract that I signed for the house than I understood like when they're talking about GDV in the back of the Tecmo manual. Essentially, it breaks down to they factor in all the treasures that you got and the fairies you freed versus the life that Dana has at the end of the game and how far you've gotten in the game, and they give you a score. They give you your ranking. The minimum is 47, I discovered, which is sad because my highest GDV was 48, and I was feeling like pretty good because I was like, all right, on a scale of 0 to 100, 48's almost the middle.
This game is very difficult. I think it's fun and it's satisfying, but it's very, very difficult.
It is a difficult game.
See, I think I got this while I was home for the weekend while I was going to culinary school in Louisville. Shortly after that, everyone came to my house for spring break. Like it was my last year or my last semester at Sullivan. Everybody came up, stayed for a few days for spring break. You came up or came
spring
over
break,
from Lexington. We had a good time.
Let's play Wii.
David Dacus of Kerfuffle fame.
And The Adventures of Batman and Robin fame.
He came over, and Dacus is, to put it lightly, Dacus is an odd bird anyway, but he's very prone to anger. Like he can flip the switch, become Dark Dacus that we call it, very easily. Mm-hmm. And he's also extremely frugal, like painfully frugal. So we're all sitting around playing games.
He's the star of Frugal Rock.
Yeah. We're all sitting around playing games, Smash Brothers, everything like that. But he's complaining about how he's enjoying himself, but he's worried about, going out to eat and the gas to go all the way home and this and this and this. And I tell him, hey, I've got this game on my Wii. If you can beat it, I'll buy your gas home. I say, okay, what's this game? It's called Solomon's Key. He's like, if I beat it, you'll pay for all my gas home. Absolutely. All right, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm going to beat this game.
To be fair, I would take you up on that. and honestly, at that point, like, challenge issued, I'd be like, fuck the gas. You keep the gas. You've issued a challenge for me to beat this game, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to beat this game before you beat this game.
That's not how Dacus works. Because he starts playing. We don't know about there's a code in this game. Whenever you get the game over screen, you put in the code and you start back over where you died.
Up A, B.
Yep. We didn't know that. So every time you died, you get like 3 lives and then you start all the way over again.
But if you collect 10 fairies, which is very hard to do, you get an extra life.
God. You get 1 fairy, 2 fairies per stage, maybe?
I think the max is like 2 fairies per stage, yeah. But there are bonus stages that you can get to where there are more fairies than that.
That's true. I forgot about that.
So that is helpful, but I mean, still, this is a fair but punishing game.
Could he have went out with us and had fun and enjoyed his spring break? No. He was worried about the money. He was worried about the gas. So he spent nearly all of the time up there in Louisville in front of my TV.
Playing Solomon's Key,
rocking back and forth, angry and screaming like a fucking madman.
Okay, except for that last part. That actually sounds like not a bad time.
So many times I would just see him pop up and fucking throw the controller. He had to go outside and scream. He'd go outside and run. Just get fucking pissed and come back. God, I want that gas. He can sit back down and play it.
Western Kentucky man arrested in Louisville. Reason being Solomon's Key.
He's like, how many levels are on this? Like, I have no idea. I think he got to like level 15 or 16. There are 50 levels. So
like 51 or something like that.
He didn't even get close.
Including the bonus levels, which there's like a bonus level per astrological sign. Mm-hmm. This game is kind of weird. It kind of mixes a lot of stuff, and I'm curious how much of it is because of localization. Because, like, Solomon's Key, like the Lesser and Greater Key of Solomon, those are demonology books. Like, we're all aware of that, right?
Yeah.
And, like, how did they get that on a Nintendo? Like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those where
Use a wise king. Okay, yeah, it's fun.
Yes, and all right. I know. Okay, so doing research
Song
for
of
this
Solomon's
game,
pretty hot. We all jerk off into it in Japan. Yeah.
There is evidence that the Greater and Lesser Key of Solomon was not actually written by Solomon because it references Jesus Christ in the text. Oh. And Solomon was king before Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, there you go. Oh, we just debunked demonology.
Damn.
I don't know. That's what Wikipedia told me. I'm not an expert on the Greater and Lesser Keys of Solomon. I've only summoned like maybe 2 demons.
Ever. They were baby ones.
Yeah, they were tiny demons.
They're more like the imp from Symphony of the Night. Like, he just followed you around and just said shit.
They're pizza demons, essentially.
Although, while Dacus was playing Solomon's Key, rocking back and forth, like, I remember Shake was like, why are you... Dude, just sit still. I can't. I have to channel it. I can't do this. Just rocking back and forth. And Shake was like, Shake will get like like he'll focus on shit like
Oh
that.
yeah,
like
dude.
real bad.
Oh yeah, like okay, Josh of Unit Racers fave is going to hate this because people might mention this on Facebook. I don't know, but an example of Cockmaster Shake zoning in on one thing. Do you remember? Like for the longest time, Josh was Cowboy Burger Josh.
Oh yes.
Or spaghetti and meatballs Josh.
Yep.
Because why?
He would just get fixated on what Josh would order from restaurants when we go out to eat.
And like that is like, and I know
No matter what Josh ordered, Shake would
matter.
always repeat what it said like it was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Oh, Cowboy Burger Josh.
Like for Applebee's.
Yeah.
No, I think I'll have the Cowboy Burger. What, Josh? Oh, he'd slap his leg. Cowboy Burger Josh. He just loved them Cowboy Burgers.
And Josh absolutely hates it.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I love Josh. I know one of his hangups is restaurants in general,
Yeah,
I feel
he
like.
doesn't like going out to eat.
Right.
Or people watching him eat.
Yeah. Right. So, like, that has got to be, like, compounded with Shake just, like, drawing an enormous amount of attention to him in a restaurant.
We're at Macaroni Grill. What would you like to eat, sir? I guess the spaghetti and meatballs. Boy! Josh, you would order that. Oh, spaghetti and meatballs, Josh.
So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to send us down a meandering path of our friendships. You were talking about Shake zoning in on Dicus.
He was increasingly frustrated with
Rocking.
Dicus rocking back and forth and just looking at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the comedic perspective on this whole matter because I'm in my room at my apartment. Like I can see through the doorway, which I can see the bathroom door. I can see Dicus playing, and I can see everyone else behind Dicus. So I say I have the comedic value shot. If this was in a movie, it'd be from my perspective.
Excellent.
So Shake's in the shower.
Solomon's Key is directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Because I'm in the floor. I think you and Jacob are on the bed playing like maybe Gears of War or something like that on my TV.
Just hugging each other.
Yeah, just hugging. And Shake steps out of the shower. He's got a towel around his waist, and he's talking to the people behind Dicus. And Dicus is trying to concentrate on Solomon's Key, and he's like, Shake, he won't look away from the TV. He holds up his hand to cover Shake. Shake, man, just like go get dressed or something. I'm trying to play this game. Oh, really, Dicus? You're trying to play the game? And he takes a few steps toward Dicus and then just whips his towel off and throws it to the side. And immediately, I can just see Shake's ass and his legs. Mm-hmm. Everybody behind Dicus erupts into laughter. Dicus turns like 4 shades of red between like embarrassment and anger. And he's trying to play the key, and Shake is like right beside it, just like dick out, like, look at it, Dicus. Look at my fucking dick. Shake, goddammit! Solomon's Key.
Solomon's Key. You know, I like Shake.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to dog on him here. But man, he missed a golden opportunity to make us like a Solomon's Key joke about his dick or something.
Yeah.
Something.
Here's the key you want, Dicus.
Exactly. I'm the key master.
It's the only key you're gonna get.
Was that the same spring break that like one of the few times I've seen you get furious?
Same one. Yep.
You got like, dude, I don't think I've ever seen you. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen you this angry. You had these trays, these wooden trays.
TV trays.
TV trays, which, I mean, they're really nice. They're really nice trays. They're very handy to have around.
You got one right now.
I do. Yeah, my laptop that we're recording on right now is resting on one, which I imagine you only have 3 of those.
Of the
set of 4.
Wood, yep.
Because I remember being over at your apartment, spring break. Shake was drunk, right? He was drunk at the point,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember what I was doing, but I was in another room, probably playing a video game. Let's be honest. And so, like, I'm not seeing anything. Like,
everyone else is in the kitchen around my dining room table. We're playing Magic.
right? Okay. So, and this is like just. Like if this were a movie, it would suck. But if it were a podcast, it'd be great because like I'm just getting the audio. I'm visualizing everything that's happening. What I hear is Shake saying something about magic, and then everyone's talking about magic, and then I hear you, Tyler, not talking about magic. You're like, Shake, don't sit on that. Shake, don't sit on that. Shake, don't sit on that. Crash, snap, bang. God damn it, Shake.
What you don't hear is very quietly Shake going, Tyler, it's fine.
I didn't hear that. I didn't know that.
Because like Shake knows something that, dude, it's pretty sturdy.
He's trying to talk you out of
He's
it.
trying to like, Shake, don't sit on that. Dude, it's sturdy. I'm pretty light. I'm a pretty skinny guy. I can sit on it. It's fine. Shake, don't sit on that. Dude, it's fine. See, look, it's totally, I can sit on this. Shake, puts all his weight on it, immediately breaks, buckles.
I mean, that was the funniest sound
I remember it's
think
like,
I've ever
you're
heard.
done. You're done.
That was it. You're right. Oh my God. I love it. I'll remember that. I'll remember that forever just because it was like, it's so rare to see you that upset.
It's just because I saw it coming. Like,
I know you did.
This is an inevitable outcome.
Yeah.
Like there is no alternate reality where you sit on it and it supports your weight.
Right.
This is a locked.
It's a TV
this
tray.
Is a locked point in time and space where this is the only outcome possible.
That tray is your constant. Not Penny's TV tray.
Solomon's Key.
So how far have you made it in this game?
I want to say like level 9 or 10, maybe.
I made it to 11.
Which I didn't know the password. If I knew the password, I'm sure I would have made it further than that. But
I didn't know it at first either, but Twitch chat was great because like I got a bunch of hints. You showed up.
I helped you beat one stage.
You descended like an angel from heaven and told me how to get past room 5, which was amazing because it's like, we haven't mentioned that this game is a puzzle platformer. It is. If you've ever played like Adventures of Lolo or maybe even Bubble Bobble, it's kind of in that vein. I know Drew of Barbecue Baron Drew of Hops and Heroes podcast, he was in Twitch chat and he mentioned Mylon's Secret Castle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is a game I've never played. I remember hearing about it as a kid, but I never played it. He said
I've seen the
played
Angry Video
similar.
Game.
Oh
nerd
yeah,
play
he
it.
doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He rages about it pretty good.
Yeah. So like these games, other than Lolo, these games are kind of like new territory for me because like puzzle platformers were never really my thing. If you're interested in spoilers, I really like Solomon's Key. I wish that I would have had more time with it. It's an addicting game that I could have played for a while. But with that said, there are moments like Tyler, honestly, dude, if you hadn't descended from the heavens and told me how the strategy for room 5, at that point in time, I didn't know the continue password. So it's like I kept dying at room 5, going back to level 1, getting to room 5, still not knowing how to solve it, trial and error, dying, going back to level 1, getting to 5, still not knowing how to solve it, trial and error, dying, going back to level 1.
Which I've seen people do it other ways. Like they'll build the big barricades and go up the middle, like that, trying to block all the dragon's fire and stuff like that, which I don't think is I guess that's the good way to go. But
I almost made it by just going quick and like putting the blocks to block the technically they're gargoyles.
Oh.
The dragons appear later in the game. But the gargoyles, the reason I remember that is because they look like the ghost of Reptar to me.
Yes.
The other enemy in the game that sticks out is the guy who just punches blocks.
Looks with a very tiny head, big feet, big fist.
Big fist. He's like Ginger Bluto. He just like you lay a block down and he'll come running to punch it.
Yep.
Which is bad because you use the blocks to essentially maneuver around the level. Like you gotta. The point is like, okay, so it feels like a lot of the puzzles are movement based, where you gotta like build a fucking staircase out of blocks, or you have to trap stuff in blocks so that like enemies, so they don't get you. They don't get you and kill you.
Or you like in level 5, like the trick I discovered was to put a block because it's like 5 gargoyles on one side, 5 on the next, going up, and if you make a block right beside them, they'll walk over on it. You make it disappear, they fall down and die.
So, which is nice. It's cool, right? But like, here's my big complaint about the game. The game doesn't really teach you that.
There's no mechanic showing you any of that, like Mega Man X or anything like that.
Right,
Yeah.
and that kind of sucks. And it's like, I read the manual, and unless I missed it, the manual doesn't tell you that either. So it's like, unless you know or accidentally stumble upon oh, when I create a block right next to this monster, he walks on it. You have no way of knowing. So that is honestly like that kind of stuff is my biggest complaint about the game. And I think that probably stems from the fact that it is an arcade game, which was designed to put quarters in.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of that kind of stuff in the game, which is ported over to the home console, which I get it. You want it to be a good port, right? You want it to act like the arcade game. But this game is obtuse. It is.
Yep.
But with that being said, I think it's very fun and very addicting. And I honestly wish I had more time with the game. Do you want to do a Solomon's Key Part 2 next week?
Well, there is a Solomon's Key too.
Ice and Fire, right? Or is it Fire and Ice? I can't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah. I haven't played it. I hear that it's good.
I mean, I know nothing about it. I've seen a screenshot. I haven't seen anything of it.
This was my first time playing Solomon's Key. I never played it before. And I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I am honestly, I know we're not to this segment yet, but
should it be on
the NES Classic?
I think so, yeah.
I think that it should. I think that Solomon's Key is better than a handful of the games that wound up on the NES Classic. Yeah, I would rather have Solomon's Key on the NES Classic than Balloon Fight. I know Balloon Fight is like the bottom of your list.
I think that's the worst game on the NES Classic.
It's down there for me for sure. But yeah, I honestly, yes, I would trade Balloon Fight for Solomon's Key.
I think there are not a lot of music tracks, but the music and the sound effects I think are good and satisfying.
Yeah, I agree. I think the music is good. I was humming it at work today, which is typically a sign that it's it's
a good game.
That's an earworm.
Yep.
I think the graphics. I know this is going to sound silly, but I think they're really good. Like
they're good. They're functional. They're timeless. Like it's. Yeah, you can always play this game.
And it's like the design is great because it's like, okay, so when Dana conjures, because that's what you're doing, you're conjuring blocks.
He's a conjurer.
Yeah. But he also is an abjurer because he's banishing demons as well.
That's true.
So he kind of does a lot of stuff. And an evoker because he is using the fireballs in the game. However, that's bizarre that it's called evoking because typically I think in a classical sense, you evoke spirits, not elemental damage. But whatever. Yes, there are fireballs in this game. That's important to mention because there are points in the game where I don't know if you necessarily have to use fireballs, but it is like super handy.
It's much easier
to
and they're like what? Like you
fireballs.
can make blocks all day long, but like you have to collect a vase with a fireball in it to get one shot of your fireball.
Right.
And there's like level 1 fireballs and level 2 fireballs.
Yes, and my RPG hoarding tactics, like my instinct kicked in, and I was like, I never wanted to use fireballs because it's like, I don't know, I might need the fireball later. I realize I'm on my last life and I'm about to die, but I might need this fireball later. If I'm able to get out of this situation, I might need that fireball later. So the fireballs were kind of a sticky widget for me. But you can also, what's kind of cool is like the number of fireballs that you can carry is dependent on a scroll that's at the top of your screen. And you can collect treasure that extends that scroll. So I think that's really cool too. Also, Dana is a transmuter. Because there are certain treasures, like the ones that are shaped like a diamond, that you can hit with your wand, and it'll turn them into other treasures. So I think that's neat too.
All right.
Also, a thing that
was
was
universalist.
Not explained to me. Yeah, he's not a specialist wizard. I didn't see him perform any necromancy in the game, unfortunately.
Yeah,
or divination.
Ghosts fuck you up. So yeah, this is.
Yeah, the ghosts really do fuck you up. But I love the graphics. I was talking about that earlier. Like there are nice little touches that could have been left out of the game, but it's included. Like for example, when Dana tries to use his wand on something that doesn't work, like for instance, like a metal block or something like that. There's great sound design because you hear this like tink sound, and then you get that like I don't know what it's called, but like that like anime radiation effect where it's like 5 spikes or something that are radiating out from a point. And it's a nice little visual indicator where it's like, we see what you're trying to do. It's not going to work. So instead of there's no doubt in your mind where it's like, well, this will work eventually. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, nah, there's nothing to see here. Move along. So I think that's really nice.
Yeah. I like that there are multiple ways of solving each puzzle. There's not like one solution you have to find.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's like, here's a room, here's some tools, figure this shit out.
Yeah, you can do it the very hard way if you want to.
Yep.
Which I did accidentally on a few floors, I'm afraid.
But overall, like, I'm sure I will never beat it, but I think it's a good game. I think it's worth anyone who remotely enjoys puzzle games to check out.
I think it's a very good game as well. I do wish I had more time to spend with it. Alas, I may have to revisit it later, at a later point in time. The death animation, I feel like I need to talk about too.
Yeah.
Because that is also great. It is agonizing. Dana dies like, like when Kathy says "ack," that's how Dana dies. He like arches his back and opens his mouth wide and throws his head back and then like just drops off the screen.
Like the Mario style. No.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. But instead of like, I hate to say this because I love Super Mario Brothers, but like Dana's got a better death animation than Mario does in Super Mario Brothers because it's like, when Dana dies, it's like, oh God, that looked like
Dana.
It fucking hurt. Yeah, he's in a lot of pain and agony. The story is weird. We didn't really touch on the story.
Yeah.
But it kind of ties into the name of the game, Solomon's Key. The story is essentially, this is probably a thing we should have said at the beginning, but the story is that there is a demon temple, essentially, that has been, which weirdly enough has the Star of David on it. I don't know what the developers are trying to say, but it most certainly has the Star of David on it. It is... demons are coming out of this temple. They were sealed away. Perhaps they were sealed away by a rabbi. We're gonna give Tecmo the benefit of the doubt, and say that someone of the Jewish faith made the original seal, or maybe it's a Solomon thing. I don't know.
A Kabbalist.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone a long time ago sealed some demons away in a castle underground. And those demons are getting the fuck out. And King Lyra is like, Dana, my boy, you got to figure this shit out. You got to go to they call it a constellation. You got to go to the constellation and figure this shit out. So that's what Dana's doing. He's going there and doing the thing. And he's also rescuing fairies on his way, which is important because it plays into one of the 3 endings that this game has. It has 3 different endings. First ending, Dana seals the temple. No more demons are coming out to terrorize planet motherfucking Earth. That's the worst ending. Still a pretty good ending. Middle ending. All of the demons that are on planet motherfucking Earth get sucked back in to the constellation sign, and Dana seals it. No more demons on Earth. They're all in the constellation sign now. Middle ending. Best ending. In order to get the best ending, Dana has to find the leader, the fairy queen, in the constellation sign. If Dana finds a constellation sign, all of these endings are based on like secrets. You have to find a certain amount of secrets in the game. This game is riddled with secrets. So many secrets where it's like some secrets you can only find by making a block and then destroying it. And it's like, oh, look, there's a fairy there. I mean, shit that is just wow in the world, unless I create a block in every available space and then destroy it, how would I ever find this?
Yeah.
I get it. That's appealing for some people. And it would be appealing to me as like a kid or someone who has like bought this game and it's like, this is a game that I'm going to play for a year. I'm going to search every nook and cranny. I'm going to find everything. That's appealing. But the best ending is you find the fairy queen, and then you rescue all the fairies from the demon sign. You see them streaming out of the constellation sign, and then all the demons get sucked in, and then Dana seals it, and then it's over.
All right.
So I think it's cool that it has multiple endings. That I'll never see any of them.
Yeah. I mean, for an NES game, like you're right, that is pretty good.
I like it. This is a good game. This is a good game.
Yeah. You have any achievements?
I have a couple. These come to us hot from Twitch chat. The first of which, the answer. And in order to unlock the answer, you need to get a GDV, or as we learned earlier, a game deviation value of 42. Unfortunately, it's impossible, but it's still a funny joke.
It's fun. It's fun.
And that's what you need to do to unlock the answer. That comes to us courtesy of I hope you don't mind, but I bestowed a title upon somebody. Prince of Caps, Xander. We all know
All right.
Prince of Cats, Tybalt, but he's
We
Prince
all
of
know.
Caps,
We all know.
Xander, because if I were to break it down statistically, probably 70% of the
he'd kill
time,
Mercutio.
he's in all caps. Yeah, he would. He would totally kill Mercutio. I've asked him personally, like, hey, would you kill Mercutio? And he's like, yeah.
Fuck yeah. All
Yeah,
caps.
of course I would. Yeah. Yeah, all caps. That's nice. Next achievement I got, the key to all things is love. And this comes to us from Edgelord Kyle, who gave us the key to all things is love. In order to unlock that, you need to pause the game right before you grab a key and send a loving text to somebody using the word key. So an example of that would be in a world map full of legends, only your key could locate my heart. He also says, love you guys, and do send a message to someone you love, just to let them know. I like that. Please, everybody, if you could, just send a message right now to somebody you love.
Yeah.
I would really appreciate that. I know Kyle would too.
Yeah.
Next achievement. This comes from Cybershot1, who helped me a lot on The Legend of Zelda, I'm sure you recall. I didn't even see it coming. Coming is spelled like, ejaculating.
Ejaculate.
And in order to unlock, I didn't even see it coming, you need to get hit by a spark ball. It's a monster in the game. It looks like a sparky ball that you released earlier and forgot about. That happened to me a lot. The balls kind of look like, we kept calling them raver balls, and screwed on the drywall, became just like a baby, like a tiny blip meme in the channel, because to me it sounded like put the pussy on the chain wax. So put the scrote on the drywall became just a thing for a little bit, just a little bit. It's dead now, but it was a thing then. And I've got one more achievement. I'm saving the best for last. I hate to say it. I hate to choose a favorite one, but this is my favorite one. This is coming to us courtesy of Time Lord Josh Edwards, who you might know from Tecmo Bowl,
Yeah,
the Tecmo Bowl episode.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, do you know this guy?
I think I've heard of him. Yeah.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
Good.
And in order to unlock There is no Dana, only Zool, you need to die 3 times on the first level, which is pretty easy to do.
When you said talking about coming, it reminded me of a story the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Yes?
Melissa and I were in bed, and I was
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I was saying things as the Circus Skate Guy, and increasingly grosser things to really try and gross her out.
What was the grossest thing you said?
The one that got her was, "Hey, why don't you let me go down and lick your vagina and get your cervical gravy all over my chin? Just let me let it trickle down my chin.
Cervical gravy.
Cervical gravy.
New Steam name. Cervical gravy has joined the game. I fucking love it, dude. Do you have any achievements for this game?
I have 3. My first one is, are you fighting Ruby Weapon or something?
Nice.
You unlock that by using 3 level 2 fireballs in the same level.
Excellent. I like that.
The next one is, you don't even have any bottles. Collect 3 fairies.
Okay.
And the next one is Dana Belove. And that is collecting all the zodiac signs, which take you to the bonus level.
We forgot to mention that. The zodiac signs are important, I guess, because this is the constellation thing, which it seems a little bizarre because it's like, I guess there's some kind of connection between demonology and constellations or something like that. I don't know. But because this is the constellation sign that all of this game is taking place, each set of rooms is part of a certain constellation. Like, for example, the game starts out and it's Aries. You're in the Aries constellation. And at the very last room of the Aries constellation, there is a symbol for Aries. If you collect that symbol, it's like treasure. If you collect that treasure that looks like the symbol of Aries, when you finish that room, you will be brought to the Aries secret area where all the fairies are. Aries secret area fairies. Very rhymey game. And so a part of getting one of the good endings is you have to get each one of those secret areas. It sounds easy, but it gets harder because the Aries symbol is very visible, but later on in the game, you remember those blocks I was talking about where shit's just hidden in random blocks?
Yeah.
Later on in the game, the symbols are hidden in like blocks,
Yeah.
and you have to like dig them out. But I don't know. That's kind of it's a nice touch. I mean, this game has a lot of replayability.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, especially if you're not getting any help. This is the kind of game.
Oh God, if you didn't have any help in this game, fuck.
You'd be like 60 years old, like finishing the game and like probably enjoying it. But it's like you got to dedicate your life to it like you would a fine instrument, such as a Stradivarius. I mean, it's just like
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
You gotta master it.
Yeah, I did. I thought about having kids, but I decided I'd rather beat Solomon's Key.
Like mastered 100%.
Look, I don't have to show any kid Solomon Key's pull-ups. I'll tell you that right now.
I guess I should have also named it Dana's the new Ramza. That would have made it clearer.
Dana's a new Ramza. Final Fantasy Tactics reference.
Damn right.
I like it.
Before we ask any questions, Dave.
Yeah.
I've got 10 for you.
You got twin questions for me?
Twin? 20 questions.
You ask one a question,
I've got
they both say yes.
5 sets of twin questions. 10 questions.
They're so goddamn the same person.
What I have for you is the key quiz.
The key quiz. I'm going to fail miserably at this because I can tell you my alcohol level, my blood alcohol level.
You know the names of 10 different keys, right?
I don't.
All right, well.
I do not.
The key in this book turns small plastic figurines into people.
Well, that's the Indian in the cupboard.
That is the Indian in the cupboard.
Yeah, or the indigenous person in the cupboard.
The indigenous native.
Indigenous native in the pantry. In the armoire.
A key is wielded by Sora to defeat the Heartless in this game.
Why should I know that? I should know that, but I don't know it. The key, read it again.
A key or a key blade.
A
is
key
wielded by
like
Sora.
Spanish?
Here. A key blade is wielded by Sora to defeat the Heartless in this game.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is correct.
Thank you for giving me Keyblade
You're
on
welcome.
the third reading. I appreciate it. That helped a lot.
A key was used to unlock a strange hatch in this TV show.
Ooh, a strange hatch in this TV show. A strange hatch. Lost.
Lost is correct.
Thank you. Hatch gave it to me. I love
Yeah.
it. That's good. That was the key word. That was Solomon's key of that
Hatch.
question. Hatch.
A key unlocks a secret door to further search for One-Eyed Willie's treasure in this movie.
The Goonies.
The Goonies is correct.
Question number 3 about Lost. Very good. It would have been disastrous if I would have missed it because I made a Lost joke earlier on in this episode.
Let's see.
And I love Lost.
That's true. You do.
I do love Lost.
This key is an arm that can loose and command an army that can destroy the world. It is a
Hellboy.
Hellboy is correct.
Yeah. Love Hellboy. Mike Mignola, fucking brilliant artist.
I love both those movies. I think are very good.
Yeah,
I've never really read the comics, but I enjoy the movies.
The comics are great, dude. The movies, I think the movies are wonderful too. I'm very nervous. I hate to say I'm nervous about the reboot movies, but I am, man, because it's like, I don't know how they're going to do Hellboy better than that, because it's like that movie was so, like the first Hellboy movie.
What's his name is so good as Hellboy.
Good, because it's like all practical effects. And then, I mean, that it's not all practical effects, but it's the majority of it is practical effects. And yeah, it's amazing.
You get David Hyde Pierce in it. Yeah, you can't.
Right. Yeah, right.
I mean, it's Andy Serkis, but voiced by David Hyde Pierce.
Wait, what?
Because in the first movie, it's Andy Serkis doing the motion for the aquatic guy.
I didn't know that.
The voice over it is David Hyde Pierce. In the second one, Andy Serkis
really?
also does the voice.
I thought it was Doug Jones.
I remember Jacob telling me.
Huh, okay.
But I could be wrong. Jacob could be wrong.
Jacob, you're fine. It's Jacob who's going to be wrong.
Jack Sparrow needs a key to unlock a chest to get Davy Jones what?
Pajamas. Locker? Is the locker? Chest?
What's in the chest?
What's in the chest?
Uh-huh.
The Black Pearl? I don't know. What's in there? Ship?
Davy Jones' heart.
Harmonica. Damn it.
Harmonica.
I don't. I never. That was probably in the second movie.
Like the second or third movie. Because
so the third movie was a continuation of the second. Mm-hmm. I gave up on. I didn't see the third one. I gave up on it. But they probably set it up in the second, where it's like his heart is in the.
Yeah, the only way to kill him is to stab his heart, and he keeps it in a chest.
It didn't catch my. It didn't hold my attention. I like the first movie. A lot.
I like the first movie too.
Second one
after
was
that, I
kind of
didn't
like
care as much.
the thing that threw this is going to sound inconsequential and very petty, but like the thing that threw me off of the second movie is the fact that motherfucking Davy Jones looked like a mind flayer from D&D.
Oh, absolutely. He was a mind flayer levels in pirate. Yeah.
And it's like, nah, I think I'm out. I'm gonna go ahead and be out.
This key allows Randolph Carter to pass through a cave and become a boy again in this H.P. Lovecraft story of the same name.
Woo! I've read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft, but that's not coming to me. The answer's not coming to me. Could you read the question again? Randolph Carter, I got that, but that's not going to help me.
This key allows Randolph Carter to pass through a cave and become a boy again in this H.P. Lovecraft story of the same name.
No, I just don't know, man. My guess would be, H.P. Lovecraft is weird because, like, I mean, obviously, but like, two things I know about H.P. Lovecraft: weird and enormous bigot. But like, he was weird because he was like, sometimes he would name things very plain names, where it's like, oh, he has a key that makes him a boy again. It's called the boy key. But then other times he would like pull off, like, he would name it something that's like completely yeah, exactly. It's like no one's going to memorize that. So I guess my point is I'm going with the boy key.
Close. The silver key.
The silver key, of course. Sorry.
A skeleton key opens the door to the attic where a young goth girl finds a model town and ghosts in this movie. Beetlejuice is correct.
Man, such a good movie.
In Harry Potter, a flock of flying keys is set to guard this powerful artifact.
Dude, I'm not a Harry Potter person. So let me see. What are the artifacts in Harry Potter? Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone, if you're, Christian. Or wait, it's the other way around, maybe. What else is there? Harry Potter and might be a Chamber of Secrets. It could be Harry Potter and it might be an Order of the Phoenix. I don't know. I'll go with the Philosopher's Stone, although I do not remember that from the movie.
The Philosopher's Stone is correct.
All right. The only thing I remember from the movie is the chess game where Ron is like, I'm good at this, or something. I don't know.
I'm not good at that, but I can do this.
Right.
All right, the last question.
Excellent.
The key from this movie unlocks a secret tomb or secret room in an Egyptian tomb where it hides an ancient alien race's ultimate weapon, love.
You had me until love, because I was like all about Stargate for a minute. But like, wait, love? Ancient. Could you please read that again? I'm so sorry.
I say I've never seen this movie, and I know nerds will blast me for having never seen it. But the key from this movie unlocks a secret room in an Egyptian tomb where it hides an ancient alien race's ultimate weapon, love.
I'm going to get blasted too because I don't know this. You're looking for the name of the movie? Ancient Egyptian tomb. Like when I think of keys in ancient Egypt, I'm like my mind immediately goes to Stargate. So I know that's not the right answer, but
do you want a hint?
Yeah, please. Oh God, this might backfire on me tragically.
Bruce Willis.
Die Hard. I remember that scene from Die Hard where he and Carl from Family Matters go to Egypt and discover love.
The ancient alien race, and they used to stop Kaiser Sose. Sure.
Bruce Willis in a nerdy movie in ancient Egypt? What? I don't know the answer to this.
The Fifth Element.
Oh, homie, it's been so long.
I've never seen it.
You never seen it? Dude, I honestly don't think I've seen The Fifth Element since I was 11 or 12 years old. It's been that long. They're like the only thing I really remember from it is being like, Chris Tucker's in that movie, right? It's like, that guy is funny. And also the opera scene where like there's this like alien opera that happens like just at full length in the movie. And it's like, for some reason that stuck out to me. Maybe it was because, I don't know, Final Fantasy VI or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. Yeah, Fifth Element. Okay.
There you go. Key quiz.
I liked it. That was very good.
You did pretty good.
I did okay. I mean, it's not 100%, so it might as well be a failure.
It's like 80 or something like that. You're really
It's
good.
all right. That's okay. Well, thanks for putting the quiz together.
You're welcome.
I have some questions for you.
All right.
I'm curious, Tyler, if you were to buy this game, how much you'd pay for it? How much do you think you pay for this game used, according to pricecharting.com?
See, I've never seen a copy of it, period.
Me neither. I haven't either.
Sort of late in the game. I don't say it's a little more expensive and say $22.
Tyler, actual retail value of Solomon's Key used for the NES at the time of this recording on pricecharting.com is $11.76.
It's a lot cheaper than I thought.
That's a fucking steal.
Mm-hmm. Especially because I think it's only on like the Wii Virtual Console, since they're all broken up into different store fronts. Like not on the Wii U, not on the 3DS, only on the Wii. And who wants to break the fucking Wii anymore? So yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good price for it.
Complete. I'm just going to go ahead and read this one, or else this will take forever. $29.23.
Hey, okay.
Complete.
Not bad.
Now, I do want to ask you these next two. New, how much do you think? How much do you think for Solomon's Key new, according to pricecharting.com?
$116.
$339.41. Are you ready for the next question? We don't typically have a next
I don't
question.
I don't know what it is.
Tyler, how much do you think this game goes for graded?
Oh.
Graded.
Ooh.
I'm not going to tell you what the grade is, but it's pretty fucking good to be sold as graded.
$556.
Tyler, would you believe me if I told you that in February of 2013, this game, Solomon's Key, sold on eBay, graded for $1,999
Jesus. Jesus.
$2,000, $2,000.
Man, okay. All right, sure.
That was like my first car in high school.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like all my cars.
It's like my car now.
Yeah.
I have not evolved much as a person. My social status is the same as a high
Your
school.
car's iconic, though. Chris Edler posted all those pictures of your broken
Of
door
the broken
handle.
door handle. Yeah, I know. It's a legend. It's a legend that is slowly dying, and I dread having to buy a new car. I really do.
Oh, yeah. You've had that for a while.
I have, and the engine light has also been on for a while. The engine light has been on in that car for 5 years.
I mean, it's a Toyota, so I mean.
Yeah, so that's like I brought it to. I saw the engine light come on. I brought it to AutoZone, and I was like, "What's up? Hook that computer up. Let me know." And they looked at it, and they're like, "Something about emissions." I was like, "All right, see ya."
We don't know. Car aids.
Essentially, your car has full blown car aids.
Why'd you let some weird little kid root around in here and give it car aids?
You didn't take the Coke Zeros out of the bag, did you?
They gotta stay hot. There's a vaccine for the car aids.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun today.
Hell yeah.
Kind of talking about Solomon's Key.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit. Half.
A third.
Ish.
Quarter. If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it on a scale of beards, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would give it the regal beard of King Solomon.
Himself?
It's a good game.
Yeah.
You get to be a very wise, patient person.
Oh.
Like King Solomon.
Like King Solomon. Tyler, if you were to give this game, first of all, I love that. I love your beard, by the way.
Thank you.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it the wise glasses. They're an item you can equip on Pokemon in Gen 4 and beyond.
King Solomon.
The wise glasses.
You remember the wise glasses of King Solomon from Pokemon?
You give it to Pikachu, it raises his attack by 10%. Or his special move attack.
Pikachu, son of Abraham. I bestow upon thee the glasses of wisdom.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of Pikachu ornamented biblical characters, and I dress up as God.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to do a Twitch playthrough where I do name all the Pokemon after biblical characters.
You play through Pokemon Blue.
Yeah.
With all these Pokemon who remind you of biblical characters.
All right, we just caught a Caterpie. Let's open up numbers.
On Alakazam, you are Abraham.
There has to be a random biblical name generator, right? There has to be. And it can't be lame like Davicus.
Snorlax, you are Nebuchadnezzar.
I wanted to take some calls today.
Yeah, we're probably running.
But we're running pretty long. We got time for one call?
Let's take one.
One call. You know why I want to do it?
Why?
Because Douglas of Better Made, he left a comment on Facebook that said he wished that we took calls, more calls during an episode. And that is a thing that I wanted to do.
Yep.
And I have failed in that.
And then we ended up talking about kids for 45 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Look, it was a fun conversation. It was a fun conversation. I enjoyed it. It was therapeutic. But yeah, let's get to a call. One call. Who's the lucky caller? If it's Douglas, game, set, match.
Yep.
You done got us. You done got us real good. All right, here we go. This is coming from 757, which I think is our beloved Adam.
What's up?
What's up?
You remember that?
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Is Adam
You
tipsy?
remember that? Oh, so good.
Has Adam had a few too
What's
many
up,
Bud Lights?
TADPOG? It's your beloved Adam.
Hey, Adam.
And I just hit you with a early 2000s Budweiser catchphrase Super Bowl commercial tagline.
Next time Adam, okay, here's the thing. Since Adam called us, I have his phone number. I'm going to call Adam at like 4 a.m. when I know he's not going to pick up. And my voicemail is going to be, Bud. Bud. Wise? Bud. And he's not going to know what the fuck is going on.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be wonderful.
But what? Do you still listen? I haven't listened to TADPOG in like a year.
I love that we're assuming he's going to connect it to TADPOG even. My area code is not the same area code as TADPOG area code. So there's a little twist to the to the riddle.
Like it never went out of style.
Did it?
Awesome. I'm listening to the last episode of the Digital Trends Top 25 Sega Genesis episode for Sonic 2. I've got 2 calls right now, back to back. One call that has to do with everyday life stuff, and then the next call that has to do with video game stuff.
All right, it looks like we're going to take 2 calls in this episode.
Yep.
You remember that time I called claws? It was just now.
So, first off, Tyler, I completely understand living in a town. Well, you visited Gatlinburg, but I live in Williamsburg, Virginia, which has a pancake house next to pancake house, which is next to a pancake house. on Richmond Road.
Stacks on stacks on stacks.
One of the roads in the main part of our town, there's got to be 6 to 7 different pancake houses. Not including IHOP, but there is an IHOP. And the only reason why I feel like IHOP stays in business is because all these other pancake houses closes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So they're breakfast places, I guess, for old people or something, or just breakfast. And only during the breakfast/lunch.
How dare a restaurant only serve pancakes for breakfast? I just want to interject.
How
and say
dare you, good Gatlinburg, sir?
Where the fuck do they get off only serving pancakes for breakfast? You know, you could probably make.
We all know cookies are also for breakfast.
Yes, they could probably make a sweet hamburger out of pancakes for buns. That's probably a thing we could do. You and I.
We can do that.
Dave style chicken and pancake burgers.
Our pancake burger.
Our classic pancake burgers.
And then if we get Josh to order one at a restaurant, pancake burger, Josh.
God forbid. Solomon forbid.
Hours are they open? So it's frustrating at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you're like, man, I want a freaking pancake. And you drive up to a place we have called Astronomical Pancake.
Whoa.
Man, these things are...
I'm going to pretend he said astrological pancakes and that it is fated that we played.
Exclusively pancakes in the sign of the zodiac.
Right. The pancakes you find in the constellation zone, perhaps.
Could I get 3 cancers, please? Fuck, I hate making these crab pancakes.
Okay, Cancer's a crab. Mm-hmm. But unfortunate name for a constellation.
It is my astrological sign.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. That's a shame because it's
I'm Cancer.
What 80s? Fine, astrological sign to have, right? Because the 80s invented cancer.
Yeah, like 81.
Yeah, that's when it appeared.
Yeah.
On the scene.
Rock Hudson had cancer, then that turned into AIDS, and then Ronald Reagan was like, "Nah, son."
Nah. As he was to say about many things. Nah, son.
Nah, son.
And then George Bush was president, and he was like, "What's up?"
No new taxes, what?
Read my lips. What's up? That would have been great.
Freaking huge. And you want one, and they're closed, and then you're like, well, I'm not going to go to Cracker Barrel or IHOP because, like you said, I can go there anytime. And I live in town, so I totally understand that. I would be remiss if I didn't ask a question during this call to give me the best chance possible of getting on an all-call show / Patreon episode. So,
you on a real
talking
episode,
about
baby.
Tyler's surprise vacation. If surprise vacation was a sexual move, sexual position, or sexual innuendo, what would it be? Love you guys.
Love you too. Although it sounded like you said love you guy. Which one of us?
Oh, just one of us.
You, clearly.
You.
Clearly you.
No,
it's clearly
it's always you, Dave.
No, I promise.
You're the pretty one, remember? I just accept weird sexual acts. I guess like surprise vacation. So maybe
What is a surprise vacation?
that's when you come on a girl's face and then rub it in like it's suntan lotion. on the
Holy
beach.
shit, you were fast with that. All right. Okay, can I offer a variation?
I guess or back, whichever gets more sun.
Here's my variation. It's where you pull out, spill your suntan lotion all over her or his back, and then draw a shape out of it, like a smiley face, so that the sun burn forms a negative image. Once your seed dries on the field and it's washed off, the image is still left. That's a surprise vacation. Or you can wear it on your nose like Ugg from Salute Your Shorts.
That's it. That's the one. That's the one.
You ready for a, well, I don't know. That's an awful waffle. Awful pancake.
Oh, an awful pancake.
Tyler.
Let's take Adam's other call.
Let's take the video game half. The video game half. Here we go.
What's up, TADPOG? It's your beloved Adam.
Oh, it's
Felt
Adam.
like it would be a good idea to go back to the old faithful introduction for all my phone calls. The last one was a little dated, if you ask me, especially now that it's been like 10 minutes ago, or however long it was ago that you played it.
Or 10 months ago.
So I've got a question. No,
got you.
comment. Story? I don't know what it is, but I don't have this thought super articulated, so I really apologize. Dave, for your sake, I hope that my call quality is top notch.
Let me check
so that
it.
way it covers all areas of loss in this conversation. Here we go.
Of Lost?
I am a Nintendo fanboy outright. I love Nintendo and I love Mario games, and I'm not the biggest Sonic fan. And this is the reason why I'm not a big Sonic the Hedgehog game fan.
All right, next call.
Sega Genesis advertised this game as doing what Nintendo doesn't, and it's all about blast processing and speed and all of that stuff. And they want you to run fast and jump high and go long and do all the things. But I find myself, when I play Sonic games and I do what they want me to do, I end up running into spikes, running into enemies, missing things that I'm supposed to get, trying to collect coins, and I end up having to play it as a platformer like I would play Mario, which in my opinion takes away from what you're supposed to be doing as Sonic the Hedgehog. And Sonic the Hedgehog is not a good Mario platformer.
Nope.
But the more I play Mario games...
All right. It's not a good Mario platformer. But it is a pretty good platformer, in my opinion. I think you and I probably disagree on this.
I mean, I like Sonic, but whenever he's not going fast, I don't like Sonic.
Well, I feel like, okay, so I think Sonic is a great, I feel like there's more of an exploration aspect to Sonic games than there is in Super Mario Brothers games or Mario games. And I do think that the marketing on Sonic games was off because he's supposed to go fast and that's the point of the game, right? You think, but it's not. The game is super hard when you go fast, and it's almost like you can't go fast in Sonic games until you've mastered the game. And once you've mastered the game, then you can go through it fast. But it's like first 10 times, it's like you're not going to go fast or you're going to die for sure. So
I'd be interested to have you play Sonic Adventure and see what you think of that, because I do fucking love Sonic Adventure.
That's on our list. I know you've mentioned Sonic Adventure, and I would like to play it. Honestly, I would like to play, at some point, I'd like to play all of the Sonic games. I know. Trust me.
Woo, son!
Trust me. I realize there's some real stinkers in there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of why I want to play all of them, so that I can experience. I don't know if you've noticed this about me, but I kind of like to wallow in shit a little bit.
Okay.
And so, the bad Sonic games, I'm probably going to enjoy the fact that they're so terrible.
Well, Ryan of My Brother fame sent me a text the other day. I don't know what list you guys are going to do next, but eventually you got to look at the GBA. You've already played about half of them, but I don't know about Dave. Here are his 10 that he'd love to be on. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
It's a great game.
Fire Emblem.
I haven't played the first Fire Emblem.
Zelda the Minish Cap.
I haven't played that either.
Mario Superstar Saga.
I haven't played that.
Mario Kart Super Circuit.
That's a great... I have a story about that game, which maybe I'll save for that episode.
Pokemon Emerald. Metroid Fusion, which I'd love to do Metroid Fusion.
I haven't played either of those.
Advance Wars.
I've heard that's great. I want to play it.
He wants to do with Josh for that. Golden Sun.
I haven't played it, but I want to.
And Castlevania Aria of Sorrow.
I played a little bit.
I love all the handheld Castlevanias.
Yeah.
Every one of them I think are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So, and I know he also, Morrowind and Oblivion, he's been replaying
the GBA versions.
The GBA versions. Those are just two other games I know he said, you have to have me on these.
So the thing about GBA has been mentioned before for us to do. There are a lot of GBA games that I like to play. I'm trying to put this in a way that I'm not going to get into a lot of legal trouble. It's hard to find those games, wink, wink.
Yep.
Some of those games are hard to find. They don't run well unless you're running them on actual hardware a lot of the time, which I think, is great for...
You might have to get a RAM extender from Hong Kong to properly play them on your R4. I've heard. I've heard and allegedly may have done. I don't know.
No, you would never do something you would never do something like that. So I don't know. That's my biggest. That and the fact that it's like I wouldn't be able to do the thing that you allegedly may or may not have done in the past. I wouldn't be able to stream any of those games. Not a single one of them.
True. Very true.
So that does kind of suck. There's a whole bunch of games on that list that I want to play. And look, I know there are some of those games that I can find on Virtual Console. That's not a big deal. Like Advance Wars, for example, I think came out on Virtual Console. Golden Sun came out as well. Not a problem. Not a big deal. But it's like some of those games, I don't know.
I'd love to watch you play like Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, Castlevania Star of the Moon, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. All that shit. Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. God, I'd fucking love to do Portrait of Ruin.
We'll look into it, right? We'll look into
Order
it.
of Ecclesia. Just all of them. All of them that also sound like magic cards.
Right, yeah. Black Lotus. Because you and I have reached the end of the NES Classic, we've been behind the scenes talking about what we're going to do next. And I don't think we're really ready to announce anything, but I think it's fair to say that we want the people that support us, the Patreon donors, to have some kind of say in what we do next. So we'll leave it at that, and then we're figuring out the rest of the little bits, the bits and pieces. But we have a few ideas that we're bouncing around. I think in the meantime, what I would like to do is just kind of explore some games that I've wanted to play or that we've wanted to play that we haven't been able to yet. So kind of our own eventually list. Sort of.
Just some piecemeal stuff until we figure out what the next thing's going to be.
Okay, so continuing the call, back to Adam.
Games. Let's just use the Super Nintendo and Nintendo era Mario games. The more I play those games, the more I find myself playing them like you should play a Sonic the Hedgehog game because I'm running fast, jumping perfectly, and getting everything done in a matter of seconds. And the more I play Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog games, I find that I try to play them more like a Mario game because I have to platform carefully to get through the level. And I will say Mario Brothers is a better Sonic game than Sonic the Hedgehog is a Mario Brothers game. Give me your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think, because I know you guys kind of grew up in the same time period as I did, and I think you're swayed more towards the Nintendo as I am, but appreciate the Genesis. So let me know your thoughts. Sorry if that was convoluted. I hope it made sense, because I think I might have really had some good thoughts there. If I didn't, I want you to know both of your penises are bigger than mine, and I love it. I freaking love it. And I love you guys. Thanks for doing what you do, and I'll call soon. Bye.
Love you too, Adam, of course. I want to say this. I want to start by saying I love you too, Adam, but I'm about to dunk on you.
Do it.
Mario games are all about the power-ups. They are. Every Mario game is about every Mario game. What's the big deal about Super Mario Brothers 3? Raccoon Mario. That game is like all about that. Mario games are all about the power-ups. Sonic games are not all about the power-ups. Like, I mean, what are the power-ups in Sonic?
The shields, the different various shields, the shoes,
invincibility, fast shoes. What else you got?
supersonic.
I mean, that's the kind of like. Well, I guess my point is like, I don't know, man. To me, Mario Brothers, and I'm gonna be straight with you. I prefer Mario games over Sonic games. I'll defend Sonic games because I do think that the 2D platforming Sonic games are fucking solid. Even the 8-bit ones, the ones that came out on Game Gear, and I guess the Master System.
Not the one where you like fucks a human.
That one I have not played, but it's on my list. But like to me, Mario games are all about the power-ups. I mean, like that game from the very beginning, Super Mario Brothers 1, you get a mushroom and Mario gets bigger. So I don't know. I don't really agree with it. As far as like progression, I also blast through Mario games at full speed. Like I got like the B button held down constantly in Super Mario Brothers 1.
Yeah.
Like there's not a fucking moment my thumb is off of the B button. Like if there was an option in Super Mario Brothers 1 where it's like always run, I would check that and then just like go on my merry way. But so like I get it, but I think also a lot of that has to do with, dude, I got that game memorized. Like you know what I mean? It's like I've played that so much that it's like I do have the ability to just run through the game. And I think that's how Sonic games are too. Like I think once you get to the point where it's like I've memorized this level, you can go as fast as you want to go. And it feels good. Like when you go fast as Sonic, it feels good. When you're platforming as Sonic, it doesn't feel as good as you're platforming as Mario. Like I'll give you that for sure. That's my take on it. So I think the crux of Mario games is 100% the power-ups. Like remember the 3DS new Super Mario Brothers? There's a power-up that makes them like the size of the entire screen. I mean, like, if that doesn't scream, these games are about augmenting your character like nothing else will.
All the suits in Mario 3D World, like and Mario
Cat
Galaxy
Mario.
And
I really
Bumblebee
and fucking Mario Odyssey. I mean, you're essentially everything that Mario possesses is a power-up. So I really do think that's the big thing that separates Mario games from Sonic games.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
I mean, I don't disagree with the fact that, like I said, man, if you give me an option, you can play, hey, Dave, you can play a new Mario game or you can play a new Sonic game. I'm going to go Mario every single time because, like, there have been a bunch of bad Sonic games.
Yeah, Team Sega, you can't depend on them for
You really
a Sonic
can't.
game.
You really
do
can't.
it.
But regardless, I do love you, Adam.
Yeah, I do too.
Bless you.
Woo! Yeah, I think that's it. We good?
I think we're good.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Find the show on iTunes, Stitcher. How about that YouTube?
And YouTube, yeah.
YouTube.
I've started putting my Twitch streams on YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah, I felt kind of like torn about it because it's like, I think the beauty of the Twitch stream is like being there when it's live. And like, I think that's where a lot of the fun is. But what bums me out is like this, for example, my entire run of Final Fantasy that I did on Twitch. That's gone, man. Like those VODs stay on Twitch for like 60 days and then they're like, see ya. So I kind of wanted to have a permanent home for this stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
So those are on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/TADPOG, I think. You can find them there. I've been wasting a lot of energy making stupid thumbnails for those too. There's one of me like essentially with my arm wrapped around the blob from A Boy and His Blob.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I like it.
It's dumb,
like
but
it.
It's fun. It's fun.
Hey, you want to send us something? You know, packages we can open, intro stories. If you don't like us, just to use your terminology, dunking on kids.
Yeah.
So you can send anything to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole and Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
We've got a couple. I forgot to bring either of them to this recording, so apologies.
We'll get 'em.
We'll
We'll
get
get
to
'em.
them eventually.
You want to call us like Adam did? Mm-hmm. You can do that 270-883-2555.
I probably won't dunk on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Adam.
I don't have anything. I'm not gonna plug anything else.
Yeah, I got to plug anything else?
No, I don't plug anything else.
Hey, do you want to listen to that? Hey, you want to listen to that Patreon episode where we talk like Circus Skate Guy for like half of the fucking thing?
Yeah.
We do have a Patreon if you want to listen to that. It's patreon.com/TADPOG. TADPOG, I think. If you chip in $1 there, you get access to all our bonus episodes that we do monthly. And it actually really makes us feel good. So,
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I hate to sound pathetic, but I mean, it's the fucking truth.
Pathetic me up, baby.
So if you want to give us your pity dollar, we do appreciate it. I'd like to thank a few people who have newcomers on Patreon. I'd like to thank Nick Price. Nick, thank you very much for the new donation. New donation. I know. I am in an undrivable state. And also Mason Schultz. Thank you very much for the new donation.
Fuck off.
Oh man.
Fuck off, Mason.
Oh God. Also, hey, if you also want to help us out, but you don't have $1 to spare, you know what you can do that would help us out a lot? If you would leave us a review on iTunes, that would be pretty sweet. Preferably a 5-star. And let's face it, if you're this far into the episode, you like us enough to give us a 5-star. If you're not a 5-star person, if you're not a 5-star giver, you gave up on this show a long fucking time ago. So if you haven't given us a 5-star rating on iTunes yet, please consider it. It does help the show a lot because iTunes is the biggest marketplace, and that's kind of the metric that iTunes uses to figure out who it features and stuff like that. So if you haven't done it yet and you want to help out, we'd really appreciate it.
You do it on Facebook too.
Yeah, you can give us a review on Facebook. Thank you to everybody who's done that, and thank you for everybody who's recently liked us on Facebook. We've kind of had a boom recently, and that's been really cool. I'm going to try to start streaming more gameplay on the Facebook page. That was fun doing that, but I also kind of want to do like a Twitch night as well. So I don't plan on giving that up either.
You want a shirt?
I'm wearing one.
Shirts?
I am
wearing
wearing
a TADPOG shirt.
Oh, a TADPOG shirt.
Yeah. What is it? No, wait.
You got it.
TADPOG. Shirts.tadpog.com.
Shirts.tadpog.com. That's right.
I wish, I'm sure there's reasons why we can't, but man, I'd fucking love to have Sean Muldowney's idea. Where I'd mentioned Charles. He put Charles Manson and then the TADPOG sticker over his swastika.
Yeah.
I would love that to be a fucking TADPOG shirt. But I'm sure there's sort of copyright to that picture or some shit that we couldn't do that. But man.
I don't know. I don't know who took that photograph of Charlie Manson. It might be doable.
I think that'd be a good shirt. I don't know really where you'd want to wear that shirt.
I mean, would you
That'd
wear
be a fun shirt. It's a TADPOG prom.
But that's it.
That's about
exclusively
it. Around the house.
Right. Well, it's a great joke because he's covering up the swastika on Charlie Manson's forehead. He's covering up hate with
I
TADPOG.
saw that and I was like,
that.
fuck, man.
It's really good.
Fuck, you win.
He did. He won. We asked somebody to do that, and Sean did it.
Fucking did it. It's
Of
fucking
Nerdy
great.
Thursday. That is his. I'm gonna go ahead and cash in all of his TADPOG points right now to say, go listen to Nerdy Thursday. It's a podcast.
There you go.
That is very entertaining. That I finally called into.
Oh, there you go. All right.
I finally called into.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, we're probably forgetting a bunch of stuff, but that's fine.
How you want to close it out, Dave?
I would like to call. Let's summon demons actually to close out the episode for us.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So we'll summon the demons, and then they'll show up, and then they'll say Tropical Capricorn.
Okay.
They'll talk us out.
Okay.
So would you? Oh, speaking of demons, would you have been allowed to play this game as a kid? Because you came from a very religious household, yes?
Solomon's Key?
Solomon's Key.
Yeah, that would have slid with
That would have gone over everybody's
head. That would
head.
have gone with that, yeah.
But if they would have known.
Yeah, maybe if they would have
known about
not.
the demonology texts.
Yeah, no, probably not.
No dice.
But they just look like ghosts.
What
so.
about the astrological stuff?
It's obtuse enough that they probably wouldn't see it and recognize it for the most part.
What about the wizardry stuff?
That was all right.
That
They were
was
generally
okay.
okay.
All
Like
right.
magic and shit like that. Well, my parents weren't that
Because I
extreme.
feel like those are the 3 gates that kids from Christian, and I hate to say
No, it's fine.
I don't mean to say Christian, but Southern Christian. Let's go
There
with
you
that.
go.
I don't even want to say fundamental, but you know what I mean.
Fundamentalist Christian's pretty good.
All right, but those are 3 big obstacles. I feel like a kid would have to overcome to play this game in the 80s.
I mean, just
okay.
one can't be a wrestler for me to be able to watch it. So
So So we should go ahead and summon the demons. Not us.
Dominoes.
Wrong. Dominoes. All right, they're here. Look, the demons are here. So until next time. Oh, you say that.
Yeah. So until next time. Tropical Capricorn.
Oh, we summoned Steve Urkel on accident.
We did.
Oops. We summoned two-headed Steve
Demonic
Urkel.
Urkelbots.
A.k.a. Urkelborts.
Urkelborts.
They're actually Steve Urkel that's composed of aborted fetuses. Urkelborts.
Perfect.
That's a demon. That's a perfectly good demon.
That's a perfectly good demon. You're right. It's a perfectly good 90s demon.
Or a monster from the D&D book Tome of Magic.
Yeah, you're damn right. God.
Hey, before the two-headed Urkel demon leaves, it actually implored us to thank a few people. Actually, to thank one person in particular. Hi, welcome to... This wasn't rehearsed, clearly. Obviously, no one's laughed yet.
TADPOG After Hours.
Right. So, welcome to a unconventional stinger called Oops, Dave Forgot Things that he wanted to say during the episode. I really want to thank William, who did something really fucking cool this week. He was a guest host on a radio station, WKLH 96.5 in Milwaukee, who had an hour to guest host. Like, he had to fill in classic rock, and he took song requests from Tadpog Nation, and that's what he played. He took song requests from the Tadpog Nation Facebook group, and he played those requests. He spent his hour with those requests, which is fucking amazing. And on top of that, he mentioned Tadpog so many goddamn times. I mean, it is just like, wow, dude. So that needs to be mentioned for sure.
Radio Lord William.
Radio Lord. I like that. So yeah, there you go. There's your title. So dude, Radio Lord William, thank you very much. That, seriously, when you made that post on the Tadpog Nation Facebook group, like, that made my day. Like, I mean, that got me excited, and I was happy that I got a song request in and all that. So like, that is really, really cool. Because, this is kind of radio that we do. It's just not, censored by the government yet.
Yeah, yet.
Not yet. But Tadpog 2030 could be way
We're not
different.
full Handmaid's Tale.
That's right. Also,
Under His Eye.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, fuck, dude. It's so good.
It's really... I should stop everything and watch it.
Yep.
So, like, how many seasons are out? Just one, and they're, like, on the second season?
They're on the second season now, like 2 episodes in.
Oh, so it's not too far in that I couldn't start, I guess. How long are the episodes?
I think an hour.
I'm out.
It's worth it.
I'm out.
It's worth it.
Oh,
It's good shit.
how many episodes in the first season?
12 maybe?
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, if you would have laid like a 24 on me or something, like, yeah.
It's too cumbersome and dark to be like 24
well,
episodes.
It's tough, man, because it's like you saying cumbersome and dark. Like, I can't tell you how many.
I realize.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times someone had been like, "You'd love this. It's cumbersome and dark."
You would love Black Hawk.
You would
It's
love
cumbersome.
it, dude. I mean, trust me, we've listened to you for 500 fucking episodes. We're not even on the 500.
No, close.
But we are getting there. Speaking of things that are close to 500. Okay, so last episode, The Legend of Zelda, I got a little overzealous, and I decided in drunken euphoria state that it would be a great idea to enthusiastically name off all the Pauls in the Tadpog community that we have. I was like, here are all the Pauls. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not going to do it again. Clearly, because I fucked up.
I wouldn't.
Right, you can't blame me for that shit. But that is like straight up rookie fucking mistake. How many times have we been on this show and one of us have been like, we're going to start naming all of the insert name here, and it's like, it is a disaster.
Oh yeah,
every goddamn time. And maybe finally for once I've learned, maybe, but I doubt it. We'll be back here again. And what's going to make this worse? Here's what's good. Okay, let me go ahead and say this. Here, I forgot somebody. I forgot a Paul, an important Paul. I forgot an important Paul, and that is 404 Lord Paul Pig.
Yep.
I forgot to mention him. And I feel really bad about it. But even as I say that, right now, I'm like, I sure as fuck hope I didn't forget another Paul.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make that Paul feel even fucking worse. That we took a special moment to say, oops.
You forgot about that, Paul.
Forgot about that Paul. The other Paul didn't even fucking wasn't even a blip on the radar. See, I shouldn't have even said that. I shouldn't even said that, but I did. This is just me. This podcast is all, and I don't mean this episode, this podcast, the TADPOG, since beginning to now, is really just a bunch of mistakes. It's just a bunch of mistakes. Some of them are beautiful. Others are not. Me forgetting Paul Pig, not beautiful. So Paul, I'm really sorry about that. I felt really, really bad about that. I did. I felt really bad about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so bad you're like, let's record some more.
Yeah, I did. I was like, oh God, we need to record a thing where I apologize to Paul.
Yeah. And then
and the kids everywhere. Because man, we were mean to kids in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, like probably too much, but like, hey.
But that's us.
Some kids, it's mostly the parents. Parents that produce the kids that are annoying. It's the parents' fault. We can rage at the kids, but we know whose fault it is.
But sometimes what happens,
the kids are annoying, but that's not their fault. It's their parents' fault.
You realize this, Tyler? I'm sure. Some of like the magical moments of Tadpog. What happens? The reason I feel like this show works is like this show wouldn't work without you. This show wouldn't work without me. And that is because like what happens is we feed on each other and it's like you'll go one way with like, oh, I'm gonna say something that's kind of mean to kids or a kid, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna pick that up and I'm gonna fucking run that as fucking far as I can. And what I'm thinking is, I'm sure Tyler will dial it back. But what happens is you do the same exact thing. And then we wind up where we are right now, where I'm legitimately concerned that we are going to get angry messages about the things that we said about children.
Probably.
But fuck it, right?
Right.
I mean, but
cervical
fuck it.
gravy.
Right, yeah, right. Cervical
It's
gravy.
all cervical gravy. And then lastly, Edgelord Kyle. Just want to say, hey, Kyle, we're thinking about you.
Yep.
We love you.
We love you.
Everybody just send some positive thoughts, just think about Kyle.
Think about Kyle.
Yep.
Or cervical mucus, or both.
Or preferably both.
Preferably both. Or Demon Urkel.
All right. Bye.
See ya.